Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey!
Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
It may be the middle of August, but man, there is a lot to do on this very busy Wednesday. Jaxson Dart clearly has an attitude problem, throwing footballs at teammates. Stop it. We'll get to that a little bit later on. The Tiki time machine returns. You may have just heard Freddy Peralta may have sucked as a pitcher, but apparently was a great mediator in the ever-going-on feud between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. We'll get to that in the opening hour. But the headline story on this Wednesday, August 5th, was the incredible debut of George Lombard Jr. And there is something really cool and really special about baseball prospects. It's like no other sport, I guess hockey to a degree. You hear about somebody for so long. Mm-hmm. Like in football and basketball, you draft the guy, and then they play.
Yeah, maybe you watched them in college a little bit, so you kind of know what to expect when a guy gets here. But once training camp happens, they're on the field.
They're playing.
Or they're not.
There's not that much buildup. With baseball prospects, there's that slow build. And we've heard about George Lombard Jr. for a very long time. And last night, he made his debut, and I don't think you could have written a better script. He hits the home run, but more than even the home run, which was cool, just watching him make routine plays, and obviously the non-routine play, the double play he turned early, you can see the difference. Mm-hmm. And that's not a knock on Anthony Volpe or even Jose Caballero.
Why are we even talking about Anthony Volpe? He's never playing shortstop for the New York Yankees again.
That's kind of true.
He might play second.
Maybe.
Depending on what happens with Jazz. But he is significantly inferior.
No doubt. And like, there's a balance here because it's one game.
Right.
It's one game, and we've seen plenty of guys come up in their major league debuts and have a great debut and do very little after that. As a Met fan, Brett Beatty jumps out at me in his first at-bat at a home run in Atlanta. We all know what Brett Beatty's kind of tenure as a Met has turned into. So it's not about overreacting to a game or a home run. It's just you can already see the difference. And I don't know what Lombard's going to do offensively. He's obviously off to a very good start. But the defense, Teak, is what jumped out at me. And it's just an exciting new day for Yankee fans to know, hey, you're going to get to see him every day now.
I agree. And look, I guess I realized watching this game how tall he is.
Tall guy,
I didn't expect him to be that tall, but he looks athletic. He's long. You feel his ease with movement around the diamond, and it doesn't look like a struggle. And again, I agree with you. I don't know what offensively he's going to be like. He got hung a slider. He smashed it, just like his brother did. Basically the same pitch in the minor leagues. But I feel like defensively, we saw this in spring training, and he looked amazing, whether they had him at shortstop or they had him at third base. He was making the hard plays in the hole. He was diving down the line. Like he was able to do what Jeter did in a sense, which is be compromised in a position, but get his body in the right place to make a play. Whether it was a double play turned or in the spring, we saw him throw one over to first base in a severely compromised spot. Like his athleticism is what's exciting. And when you have a great athlete in the middle of the diamond, it just makes you feel comfortable right up the middle.
And I'm not comparing him to any of the guys I'm going to say, but I've watched young players, prospects get called up in pennant races and not just make a difference, but help a team win a world championship. Miguel Cabrera always jumps out at me as a teenager with the Marlins many, many years ago. Obviously, the Yankees lost that World Series to the Marlins.
Right.
And Miguel Cabrera was this young, skinny teenager. They bounced him all over the diamond. And the Marlins don't win the World Series in 2003 without having the guts to call up their top prospect. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you have to have the guts, and you've got to give it a try. Now, it's one game, and there's a long way to go, but George Lombard Jr. being an impact rookie for 2 months can be the difference between the Yankees winning the division and not winning the division, and dare I say, going on a deep postseason run.
Yeah.
This was a necessary move by Brian Cashman.
Well, you needed the upgrade. Defensively, you needed the upgrade, and we think we have it because of one game, but still, you know what his history is.
You know you have it, though, because defense isn't. Yeah.
You can see it.
And they've already told us the guy was already glove ready to be a shortstop.
Right.
It was like, is the bat ready for the Major League?
Right. And so it's not even a debate about whether this was too late in the season or why did it take so long? Because that's my initial thought is, why the hell did this take so long? But then we also know that he had the injury earlier in the year, and it just compromised their ability to bring him up when they maybe needed him most. But when you think now, this is the perfect time for this to happen. Even though, as Sean tried to tell us yesterday, this is just a smokescreen to cover for Brian Cashman not doing much at the trade deadline. This is actually necessary right now because his youth, his athleticism, his bat, as we saw yesterday, is going to inject something into this Yankee team. With all that being said, I still felt like this was the same offense.
1,000%. And that is being clouded based on the excitement of Lombard. They needed perfect pitching to win.
Evan, when he hit the home run, I was like, man, all right, maybe this is going to be an explosion. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. It's like, how many games over the last 2 weeks have we seen them? Wow, three runs in the first inning or a home run in the second inning, and then nothing else. Like, they're not fixed yet. But he's a good part of the solution.
Well, he can help. See, if you're going to win games 1-0 and 2-0, and I'm going to give you a crazy stat, or at least I think it's a crazy stat. And sometimes when I give stats, people remember it.
Right.
Big Mac was telling Brian Cashman my stat yesterday, which I appreciate, about always trading for a relief pitcher. This game that the Yankees won last night was the 8th time this season that they won a baseball game while scoring 2 runs or fewer.
Yeah.
Now, it's tough to win games when you score 2 runs or fewer because that means you gave up 1 run or fewer,
right?
If you're doing the math. So 8 times this season, they've won a game by either scoring 1 run or 2 runs. Last year, this entire season of a year ago, they only won 4 games with that demarcation. So they've already doubled the total, which shows you they're capable of winning these low-scoring games. Well, if you're going to win low-scoring games, what's really, really important? To have buttoned-up defense. What's really important? To not give up outs.
Right.
What's really important? To
bat your best batters at the top of the order.
Well, that too, but your defense needs to be awesome. If you're going to win 1-0 games and 2-1 games, your defense needs to be really good.
True.
They've upgraded themselves defensively by calling up George Lombard Jr. So right off the top, that's a big help. Now, your point is what? The lineup? Yeah, of course.
My point is we saw enough in night 1. George Lombard deserves more at-bats than Trent Grisham. Sorry.
Do you want to lead him off already?
Don't care how aggressive that sounds. Don't care how idiotic it sounds. These are pressing times.
It's 1 game, Sean.
It's 1 game.
It's 1 game.
And it's been an entire season of Trent Grisham hitting leadoff. I'm comfortable enough. Let's go. Let's see what he can handle. I don't think that takes any more pressure. It's just a spot in the order. I want to see him hit more than Trent Grisham.
I don't hate it, by the way. Like, I think each individual is different. I remember when I was screaming on the radio, this is crazy that I did this, but I did. I was screaming on the radio that Anthony Volpe needed to lead off a few years ago when he got off to a good start. And you guys were against it because we were going to put too much pressure on Anthony Volpe.
How is it too much pressure?
Well, but no. That was your argument against me.
I know, but I've thought about it.
Then Anthony Volpe led off. I got what I wanted. I screamed like a baby, got what I wanted. Volpe struggled, was never the same since. I tend to not believe that the pressure is going to get to the player. I also think players are different. Some players can handle it. Some players can't. I happen to think a guy, even though his father was not an all-world major leaguer, he was a major leaguer. He was a utility player at the major league level.
Right.
I almost believe the sons of major leaguers are going to be more prepared for the adversity of Major League Baseball than anybody else.
Yeah, and only because you've been talked through it. You've heard it over and over and over again. So it just gets ingrained in your mind when whatever moment your father had been describing some years ago when you're in your impressionable years, it just sticks with you. And you don't overreact or you stay calm in whatever moment that matters. And I think that's the advantage that comes from having a father and someone who really cared about your development as a baseball player in your corner all your whole life. Right, every step of the way, he's able to give you methods, ways to cope with the stresses of sport.
So I think he would probably be more equipped to that quick rise of leading off almost immediately.
Maybe.
I'm not saying I would definitely do it, but I'm not against it. I don't think Sean's a crazy man for suggesting it because the Yankee offense, which is better via the call-up and better via acquiring Elliot Ramos and better for acquiring Luis Garcia Jr., it's still a problem.
Yeah.
They scored 2 runs last night.
Right.
And Tiki, you're right. I'm watching this game, and David Bednar deserves a lot of love for the way he got through the 8th inning and dominated the 9th inning, and he's been awesome really ever since the 2 struggles he had against the Mets, and then soon after he had another lousy outing. He's been almost perfect since then. they still didn't score runs. They needed perfection from their pitching and defense to win.
Right. And
So
they by the way, the runs were 2 home runs.
No, I get it.
It's not like they manufactured 2 runs.
No, nothing really changed last night other than the excitement of Lombard. So any lineup suggestion, I'm not going to scoff at. Like, if you're ready to say, screw it, let's lead off George Lombard, well, why not?
And look, I'm just putting it out from this standpoint. We've been talking about the Yankees' lack of a leadoff hitter forever, and they quote lightning in a bottle. Trent Grisham's not that. He hasn't been that all year. It's not his fault. He's back to being who he is. I just want to see guys get more at-bats to try to jumpstart the offense. And also, before the major leagues gets the book on how to get George Lombard out, and they will because every baseball player goes through a slump, let's catch this lightning with a bottle. Let's see what happens for 2 weeks. Let's just throw everything at him. I think he can handle it.
There is one negative from last night's game. It bothered me. I'm over it now, but I was bothered last night just to capture the moment. And I'm curious if you guys can guess what pissed me off about something that happened in last night's New York Yankees game. Go ahead, Tiki. Kind of annoyed me. Tone deaf. That's my hint. Tone deaf.
I have no idea.
You had no idea. Yeah, tone deaf. Kind of annoyed me.
I'm lost.
Yeah, it bothered me.
It sounds like this is a broadcast
Nope.
day.
Broadcast was fine. Ryan Rucco's awesome. Paul O'Neill's great. Dave Sims on the radio. Susan Wallman on the radio. No problem with them. But it was something during the game that just, I didn't like it.
Very nasty.
Yeah. I would say it was a very nasty, tone-deaf move. And if I'm Aaron Boone, I would consider benching this player.
Nasty, tone-deaf move.
Yes.
This is some tease. Okay.
I don't know.
Austin Wells. That son of a bitch. So George Lombard Jr. hits a home run.
Oh,
The
okay,
crowd is electric. It's going nuts. And the Yankee fans are screaming. They're yelling. Austin Wells needs to step out of the batter's box, allow the curtain call, and instead, Wells, that selfish pig, is in the batter's box, and he swings at the first pitch, and he rolls one over, and the crowd dies. Austin Wells, and you know, Austin, if you're listening, I'm half joking. You're not a terrible guy.
You're definitely joking.
You were
'cause I
stuck
didn't
in the
know what
moment.
the hell you were talking
You were
about.
stuck in the moment. Step out of the box and allow Lombard to have his moment.
That absolutely happened. And if I
you.
can, I'm going to semi-defend Austin Wells from this standpoint. I think Austin Wells, off of the night he had earlier, and we were talking about the relaxation of not trading for a catcher, and look, whatever you want to argue about that, and God knows I did.
Right.
I think he just is. I think he's going up every at bat, just focused on him right now, and he's not even thinking about what the hell just happened.
Yeah,
and I think
selfish.
that's exactly what
That
happened.
was a selfish move on his part.
Yeah.
So you agree with me?
I do agree
Of
with you.
course
That,
it's selfish, but you know what? He needs to be selfish right
Yes.
now. Austin Wells has to find a way to not be incompetent at the plate. So be selfish. Actually, you know what? Maybe he shouldn't. Maybe because I think he probably has been selfish. Just look at everybody else in the stands. Don't even look at the pitcher. Just like swing randomly.
The crowd is electric, and why wouldn't it be?
Right.
Major league debut, home run, top prospect. They're begging for a curtain call, and this guy can't call timeout. Because your timeout's so valuable? You're going to swing at the first pitch anyway.
Was Lombard about to come out?
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody would have pushed him out of the dugout, and it would have been cool. And those fans were dying for that last night because I don't even immediately as soon as the game ended too. Having watched all these Yankee games all year, that was the most in unison. I heard a crowd kind of stick around to sing New York, New York, as George Lombard is basically getting interviewed outside like the stadium. Like they wanted that curtain call. They were ready to burst last night.
Because, and I heard Gio say it this morning, I echo his point. As baseball fans, one of the most exciting things that can happen to you is a prospect being called up, a top prospect that you've heard so much about, and then performing, because it gives you a sense of hope. And in the Yankees' case, it's not desperation hope, because you're a playoff team right now. I wouldn't use the word desperation. No. It's the excitement that he can make a difference. And also, and again, I hate to bring this up because I feel bad, and that today will be the last time any of us do it. You just watched Anthony Volpe force-fed down your throat for 3.5 years.
Well, no,
and this feels like a steak.
Really a year and a half.
Well,
the first year and a half was fine.
First year you're talking about was fine?
With Volpe.
When he won the Gold Glove, or was it Gold Glove caliber shortstop?
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
That's the problem. The word is fine.
It was fine.
It was fine.
But it wasn't like, I'm choking on Anthony Volpe. It was like, he's good. He's not nearly up to the hype, but he's a good player.
There is one other thought, and I'm going to be a bad guy when I say this, but it's just I'm asking the question because I was thinking about this. I think of all angles as I'm watching these games. George Lombard Sr., good dude, man. He comes across like a great guy. His wife, Judy, comes across like a great mother. George Lombard Sr. is a guy I mentioned to you is a managerial candidate. And why wouldn't he be? I thought when he was interviewed, sounds like a guy who knows his baseball, raised 2 awesome sons. His other son made his professional debut. I got nothing against George Lombard Sr.
Also went yard
in his professional debut. he's probably going to interview for the Met job next year.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's the bench coach of the Tigers. He's a hot managerial candidate. I've said this before. This isn't new.
Took last night off.
But is it kind
Tigers
of
play last
That's
night?
my point. Is it kind of a turnoff that the guy missed the game?
No, hell no. Hell no.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
You can't scratch if you're that. Bruce Arians used to say, you guys remember Bruce, obviously.
Yes.
Great dude, great coach, won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He used to tell his coaches, if you miss one of your kids' major event, whatever it may be, I'm going to fire you. Right? And so you got to give credit to the Detroit Tigers for allowing him to come see his son's debut. Because this is a big deal, dude. Like, your son is not only making his Major League debut, he's making his Major League debut at the New York freaking Yankees.
No, I get you.
So
it's a huge deal.
You have to be there.
I'm just saying
it's like seeing the birth of your son.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
That's what I'm asking
From a professional standpoint.
Okay.
It's on par with, on a personal standpoint, seeing your son born.
So I asked the question because I just wanted to know I'm on the fence.
You were trying to throw shade.
Stop it.
You were trying to throw shade.
I'm asking a question because
missed the game.
No.
Come on, Evan.
Tiki, I was asking a question.
When Jet makes it to the, I don't know, he's in the WWE. He has his debut match.
Am I going to miss Evan and Tiki? Yes.
And you're going to, whatever it is you're doing at that point, you're going to miss it. I promise you.
I understand that you're being like you think I had a certain opinion. I was asking the question, but I could tell you this. If you rewind the tape of this show,
I didn't even think about that.
Sean was jumping in on this. I think he has a problem with it, and now he's going to be scared off because of how passionate you are.
No,
go ahead, Sean.
I have a problem.
No way you have a problem.
Here's the thing: I have a problem. People have a problem with it because this is not one of those.
Right.
This is not one of those like you should never do this. I think under different circumstances I could have. You can't look at George Lombard Jr. after you just traded away Scooble and Mize 2 days earlier, and then tell him this matters more than you go watching your son the first day. So that would be my answer to that. Your organization sold. He's allowed to miss a day.
That's an interesting point.
It's a great point,
If
actually.
they're leading the AL Central,
but you're right.
And they just bought, we need to be focused here, George. That was not the case in Detroit.
Meanwhile, the Tigers are in a playoff race, and they won last night without George Lombard Sr. on the bench.
What does that say?
What are you saying?
I was more thinking about
you're really throwing shade.
No,
What's wrong with you? They don't even need your ass.
They don't need them. Anyhow, Yankee fans, how excited are you? 888-808-1019.
Brian Cashman's got a boner.
I'm sure he's excited, too. I think a lot of Yankee fans are. So we'll get your thoughts on Lombard's debut. The other big story that just broke is the ever-going feud between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor.
Is it still a feud?
Well, a new report has emerged that there was peace made, and a key Met was behind the peace meeting between Lindor and Soto. We'll get into those details. We'll get to your Yankee call. So it's a very, very busy Wednesday. 888-808-1019 is the number. That sound means it's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's Yankee turning point at 866-540-WFAN. And you'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New York State Thruway Authority. Imagine that your workplace is inches from traffic and a car flies by drifting because someone checked their phone. People work here. They trust you. Don't drive distracted. Funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration with a grant from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
The Yankees play ball with the Cards. 7:05 tonight.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field. Going back, gone! A home run for George Lombard Jr. And the parents are going nuts, and so's everybody in the ballpark.
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Sal Licata here for Soto Pro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at Soto Pro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at Soto Pro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call Soto Pro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each Soto Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st, as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
I'm Chiara Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch, presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours, weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Damn it, I should remember. The fan focus.
Did you just say damn it into the microphone?
Was that on the air?
Yeah. What's the problem?
I screwed up something with it. We were supposed to play another 2 minutes. So we're going to do it in the back end.
No, you don't. I mean, okay, thanks.
That was a terrible moment for me. The board runs itself, Evan. The fan focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The Yankees got the debut of a lifetime from George Lombard Jr. Hit a home run, walked, played stellar defense, had Cuck Mack comparing to Derek Jeter, and the Yankees 2-0 win over the Cardinals. The Mets, meanwhile, got a 3-run homer from Luis Torrens and won 6-2 last night.
We all remember when we fell in love. I'm sure there's that moment that you can think back to with Tracy when you looked in her eyes and said, I'm in love.
Yes.
Or the moment I had with my wife when I'm like, I'm in love. We have the audio moment where Tiki Barber and Evan Roberts both fell in love with George Lombard Jr. In fact, the anniversary of it was yesterday.
Really?
The 5-month anniversary. I take you back to March 4th, 2026. when live on the radio, Evan and Tiki fell in love with young George Lombard Jr.
Yankee fans, I will get you hot and bothered right now.
Why?
This George Lombard Jr., one of your top prospects, who's looked very good in spring training.
He has.
He's moved all over the diamond. He's played great defense.
Yeah, played third the other day.
He just turned and hit a bomb of a home run over the Fugazi Green Monster down in Florida, and he did it against Garrett Crochet. Call his ass up.
I mean, you could feel the raw animalistic love in our voice.
Yes.
March 4th.
We want to see this man, this young man.
Show him to us. Now, the other big story going on, if you're just tuning in, is that Jorge Castillo of ESPN released an article with an update on the tensions between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor. Now, what we know about it is that Steve Cohen was the one who publicly confirmed there were any kind of issues when he said that last year things were not great, but this year things are a lot better. And when Lindor and Soto have been asked about this in the past, they've really downplayed it. Our buddy Mike Francesa has said it's still not good no matter what anybody tells you. So this has been like a lingering story around the failures of the New York Mets. How about this update from Jorge Castillo? I'll read you the information. You give me your thoughts. I'll give you my thoughts. With tensions lingering into their second season as teammates, multiple sources have told ESPN that Freddy Peralta in June arranged for the two stars to vent and work through their disconnect.
What does that even mean, vent? Like yell at each other?
Since then, sources tell ESPN, Lindor and Soto's relationship has been noticeably warmer, with the players interacting more often. Quote, it was as men, not baseball players, a source said of the meeting. Freddy Peralta has confirmed that the meeting occurred, but has declined to disclose details of the conversation. Francisco Lindor acknowledged the meeting took place, but has downplayed the significance. Quote, it was more of a conversation like we always have with our groups of Latinos, Lindor said in Spanish, but I don't want to comment on the details. Juan Soto has denied such a meeting happened before confirming that the relationship between him and Lindor has improved this season. Quote, there was no meeting, no discussion, Soto said in Spanish. This year has been better. We've gotten along very well. We've learned from each other. David Stearns has declined comment. Your thoughts on those details from Jorge Castillo of ESPN.
So, I mean, clearly there was a meeting. I don't know why Juan Soto would make it seem like there's not, like there wasn't, when there are multiple people who says and knows that it was. Now, I don't know the dynamic. I'm trying to think of why there's even an issue. Because there...
Like, what's the crux of the issue? Which we still don't know.
There can't be a baseball issue. I refuse to believe that there's a baseball issue. Because as Gio was saying, as they were signing off and talking about this at the end, Lindor's an infielder, Soto's an outfielder. They bat individually. Like, what could be the baseball issue?
Agree with you. It's probably not a baseball issue.
So the only thing I could think of is that Juan Soto is Dominican. Francisco Lindor is Puerto Rican. And there's some disconnect culturally, which I would have no idea because I'm neither. And I'm not versed enough in Puerto Rican, Dominican dynamics to know what even the problem would potentially be. But the way that that article you just read was described sounds like there's a personal issue, not a baseball issue, a personal issue that they had to talk through.
Right.
And then once they talk through it, there's an understanding. So someone who's more versed in the Latino diaspora needs to have this conversation with us because I honestly don't know.
Yeah,
and for me, it would just be speculation.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Gio, and everyone else that it doesn't feel like it's a baseball-related issue. It feels like it could just be a personality issue. I think we're all curious what the issue is, but the only thing that matters is that they can get along well enough where it's not disruptive in the locker room.
Right.
And what I've said about this quote-unquote feud for a while is it really isn't the reason why they're struggling, and it's an overrated thing. Guys aren't all going to get along. But there's 26 guys in the room.
But it doesn't help.
It doesn't help. No, it doesn't help when you're having a bad year.
Well, it doesn't help because when your two biggest stars offensively, and I guess in Lindor's case defensively, are at odds with each other. No, not this year. You're right. But when they're at odds everybody feels it in the locker room.
Right. It could cause a split in the locker room.
Right.
I'm Team Lindor. I'm Team Soto.
It's not a baseball thing,
right.
but it becomes a baseball thing because it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, the thing I'm trying to figure out, because again, as fans, all we can do is consume the games, whether it's on TV or at the games. It does feel like over the last month and a half, I see them interacting more.
Yes.
Because I know a lot was made out of their lack of interactions from opening day. And so if we're going to play that game where, look at the way they interacted, it was so bad, we can play the same game by saying, boy, it feels like they interact more now. So it feels as if this story has a lot of validity. That Freddy Peralta, of all people, may have been the peacemaker in this, and whatever the issue is, not that it's squashed, but it's gone away enough to where it's not disruptive anymore. And if that's the case, if Freddy Peralta and his 5 ERA that cost him 2 top 100 prospects, if Freddy Peralta's lasting legacy with the Mets is that he brokered peace between Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor and it became a copacetic relationship, then I got to reevaluate my opinion on Peralta's legacy.
Freddy Peralta is also Dominican.
Yes, he is.
So,
yes, he is.
Possibly. But like I said to you jokingly, but maybe realistically, he's going to help the Yankees win the division.
Well,
so
he tried yesterday. I mean, he gave up 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings, but the Rays won anyway.
I know.
It's funny to me. There's a few angles to this. Obviously, as Met fans, I don't think that Soto and Lindor not getting along is the reason why this team has been a disaster this year. I think that's
But it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, but it's not the reason.
I agree.
It would be better if they had a good relationship. So the moral of this story is it sounds like things are going well, but the biggest takeaway is the hilarity that Freddy Peralta, who for most Met fans is going to live in Met history as a disaster, could have been one of the most important figures in making this relationship work.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, I don't know if Met fans are going to really care that much about this. A year from now, are we going to be talking about Freddy Peralta bridging the gap between Lindor and Soto?
No, here's where it would happen. Let's say, because baseball's a funny game, the Mets do turn it around in whatever form of a baseball season we get next year. And when things go well, you read the happy articles. Like when things are bad, you read, oh, this guy hates this guy. This is a problem. That's a problem. When things go well, we all love to hear the great stories. Like 2024, we hear the stories of J.D. Martinez in the team meeting said, hey, everybody thinks we suck. Let's go.
Right.
You hear all the inspirational stories. If in 2027, the Mets go on a deep playoff run, and one of the stories that comes out is, hey, Lindor and Soto are so on the same page, and the relationship was rocky at one point, and the real turnaround was Freddy Peralta, then, yeah, I think there'll be an appreciation for at least contributing in that regard. I tell you what it also does. Can I tell you something nuts?
What's that?
I'm going to tell you something crazy. And it popped into my head in the last 10 minutes reading this story. Let's say Freddy Peralta continues to suck in Tampa Bay, kills his value. I'd have to consider bringing him back on a one-year deal.
Just to be the... I don't know.
The mediator?
The Jose Iglesias?
The 1 year, $20 million a year starting pitching mediator? Yeah.
No chance.
I have to consider it.
By the way, we want to talk about what screwed the Mets. It was their starting pitching. It was Freddy Peralta. It was Kodai.
No, it's everything. It's everything. But their offense is third from the bottom.
True. But
let's advise. They haven't had a first baseman all season. Like, there are so many reasons why the Mets suck. It cannot be pinned to one thing.
But if you had to, what would you say? Pitching.
No, I honestly, I don't think I would say that, even though you're right. Like, you're not wrong with what you're saying, but if you ask me, hey.
Well, you know why? Here's why you're jaded on it. Not jaded on, but you're confused by it. As of late, Christian Scott's been really good. Zach Thornton's been really good.
McLean's turned the season around again.
McLean turned the season back around again.
I'm jaded, but I'm jaded for a different reason. I think I'm jaded because the biggest story of the offseason and the thing that still bothers us was the destruction of the offensive core of this team led by Pete Alonso.
Right.
That's why.
Right.
But there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but they're not here.
I know.
I hear they're not. You gotta look at the people who are in the room when you're trying to make an excuse for what went wrong.
No, there's no excuses. I mean, it's just a disaster. But great reporting by Jorge Castillo. So that's how the Mets remain relevant as their season becomes irrelevant. A little bit later on, you'll hear how Keith Hernandez continues to make watching Met games relevant because he puts on quite a show. But we'll get back to your phone calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Let us go to Alex in Southampton. What's up, Alex?
Thank you, guys. How you doing today?
We're good, man.
Good, man.
Good. I'm going to give you, Tiki, a different perspective. And, Evan, I have a solution for one of the problems that you said, like, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. I didn't want to call just for that. But today I'll tell you You're going to thank me forever. This is a solution great for your problem. But, Tiki, I am Dominican.
Okay.
Half of my family exactly is Puerto Rican. I grew up in the 6th borough, which is the Lower East Side, which is Dominican.
Yep.
And predominant Puerto Rican. Now, there is, like, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are like, there's like politics trying to divide us. People trying to divide us, but we're so united. It's the same culture, same country, same vegetation. Everything is the same. I believe that the problem stems from the Mets not building a leader, but trying to create a leader. They had a leader, and because they gave, this is my opinion, because they gave the money to Soto, they wanted to make him the de facto leader, and you can't do that to a clubhouse. You know, I think leadership is earned. You know more than that.
Yeah, of course.
Because you have experience in the locker room.
Right.
And to Evan, before I hang up, Evan, you was talking the other day that when you brush your teeth, you bleed.
Yeah.
Simple solution. Floss every day when you wake up and before you go to sleep. I guarantee you in a week you won't bleed anymore.
I'm going to try it. How about the water pick? Have you ever tried one of those things?
Yeah, I have tried the water pack. You probably have
gingivitis.
No, or you probably have a cavity developing and you don't know it.
Oh, God.
Because that's what used to happen to me. My gums would bleed, and I couldn't figure it out. Then I had to get a root canal, and it stopped.
Wow.
So
Right.
there's an infection that you don't know about.
There you go. I've been diagnosed by a caller in Tiki Barber. I appreciate it. Let's go to Richie in Queens. Hey, Richie.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up?
Hey, real quick, Ev, I didn't hear your assessment. I think the Mets did as good as they could. What they did. I like this kid Strafara. I think he's going to be decent to shortstop. Rojas. They got a ton of pitches again. It remains to be seen what's going to happen. What I'm really Ramos, by the way, Shawnee, I don't know if you to play in left field, you're going to see pirouettes like you've never seen before with him. I told you about him.
You did.
He strikes out 28% of the time versus Garcia at 14%. I love him. I think he's going to be an asset. But there is absolutely, and I can see him with Rotzman, because I've never been. Rotzman has fallen off the cliff, Evan. You know it as well as I do. He's not been the same for the last 3 years with the injury. So I could see that. But there is absolutely no excuse not to get a relief pitcher. I have no faith in Blackman, Blackburn. I think he's pitched way above his head. I think Eric Miller, who they got, and my guy that Boston got, it would have been a big asset for them. And so you could say what you want about you don't want to invest in a catcher and give up this or that, but not to get a relief pitcher, not to address that's going to be an issue. And I think obviously it's all based on they're getting the troops back, hopefully, in the next month and a half.
Well, but with the bullpen, here's what's complicated. Hedrick's had an awesome season. He's had an unbelievable year, but you even saw it in the inning he pitched yesterday when he put a couple of guys on base. Mm-hmm. He's pitched a lot. I mean, there's no guarantee that he's going to be able to keep this going. Same thing with Fernando Cruz. Like, David Bednar is the one guy you circle and you say, I have supreme confidence in. But even the rest of this Yankee bullpen that's pitched well this year, there's this level of, is it going to continue? You mentioned Paul Blackburn. Now, Brian Cashman's reasoning yesterday when he joined Craig and Big Mac on not trading for a reliever, and it makes a lot of sense on paper. I'll explain it real quick because it takes him 3.5 minutes to explain it, is that they have high-end prospects that people want. And then there's a drop-off. Like the middle of their system features a drop-off. So to get a reliever, the prices were way too high. I'm not saying Brian Cashman's wrong. I'm not saying his analyzation on what the ask was and if it was worth it in his mind is wrong, but this is a results-based business. And to not walk away with any kind of reliever when you've made a deal for a reliever at every deadline since 2017, and you have a bullpen that, while it statistically has performed well, has a lot of questions, I'm sorry, you could give me every reason you want. It's unacceptable.
Well, I mean, you also have to make your internal math work. And that's what Brian Cashman was essentially saying yesterday with Ben Mack and Craig. And there's a process that they go through, and you have to stick to it. Like, you have to stick to your plan. I guess every now and then, and I would bet this was the case with the Boston Red Sox with Adley Rutschman, that it didn't fit their formula perfectly. Like, he's hurt. He's been declining over the last couple of years. But you know what? I'm going to make a gut call and acquire him. I don't think that Brian Cashman was willing to do that, because if for him to have gone outside of what his comfort zone based on whatever formula or calculations that they deem to make these decisions, it would have been a gut call. He just wasn't comfortable making a gut call, bringing in whatever reliever was available. So sometimes you have to trust someone who's had as much success as his gut.
Oh, I know. I trust his reasoning, and I understand why in his mind nothing was worth it. But you are still a championship contending team.
And you're
that
still
somehow,
a championship contending team.
I get it. And they can win the World Series anyway.
Of course
I
they
understand.
can.
I'm the first one to tell you that. But they still didn't walk away with any relief pitchers. They still didn't do that.
Maybe they're comfortable with what they have.
I get it. I'm just looking at what they have. And again, the Yankees.
With Cruz, Hedrick, and Bednar, you're good.
I don't trust.
7,
I'm telling
8,
you right
9.
now, I have a tough time trusting that Hedrick's going to keep this up. He's had an amazing season.
Why? Why don't you trust it?
Because when someone hasn't done it before and now their workload is incredibly high, it's tough to imagine it's just going to continue.
That feels like the guy you should be trusting. Right now, it's Fernando Cruz, who I think we should be
I'm
trusting.
including both of them, but he just asked me about Hedrick. I'm giving you my reason why.
We're also probably, what do we think, 2-3 weeks away from Will Warren pitching in the 7th and 8th inning of these games. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to trust him, but that's probably what's about to happen.
And that's what they're going to try to do. And it could work. Like, their answer to this is going to be when our pitching is even healthier and when some of our returning pitchers, like Clark Schmidt, is healthier, we have the ability to take starting pitchers, move them to the bullpen, and that's our bullpen addition.
Well, but all right. I don't know if you have this planned for later, but the Clark Schmidt news was not exactly great yesterday.
Oh, no, I didn't see what happened.
He was supposed to throw 3 innings.
He threw 2.
Through 2. He had forearm cramping.
Oh, yeah, that is not good.
So we're going to find out more today with
And what does
imaging
that
stuff.
even mean?
Yep.
Cramping?
What does that mean? You tell me.
I mean, it's not, I guess it is warm, but seriously, 2 innings, you're going to cramp because I would say, oh, don't worry. It's just if it was, he was pitching 7 innings.
Right.
You know, and he's just dehydrated. He's just worn out. He hasn't gone that deep that far that in a really long time. But 2 innings? How many pitches was it?
And also,
something?
the clock is ticking. It's August 5th. So
Right.
even if the setback is minor, any kind of setback hurts your ability to then come back.
Right.
And is Clark Schmidt going to be someone you can use out of the bullpen? And would you ever feel comfortable using him on back-to-back days, considering he's recovering from this kind of injury? So the answer is probably no. But that's what they're banking on. They're banking on the fact that the surplus starting pitching is going to at some point help them out of the bullpen, not just in the playoffs, but possibly in the middle of September.
Yep. So as soon as Rodon comes back, it'll be Warren, and then you hope in the playoffs it's Weathers as well.
Let's go to Willie the Mailman in the Bronx. What's up, Willie the Mailman?
Hey, Willie.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you guys doing today?
Well,
wonderful.
Just to go back on the topic of the Dominican and the Puerto Rican, even though Alex from the Hamptons stole my thunder, just like him, I'm Dominican.
Yeah.
My wife is Puerto Rican. All my life I haven't been raised with that, with that we're different and not we've just been same culture. But that is not the whole story when it comes to the Dominicans and the Puerto Ricans. There's a long history.
So tell us.
I just feel like, in my opinion, from what I've learned is that because Puerto Ricans were first in the United States, as the Dominicans started coming along, now they felt like they were here first, and it's been, it's kind of like not an on and off, debate of whether who really belongs here or not, simply because of the affiliation with the United States or not. But in my opinion, with the Lindor and the Soto situation, is Lindor was there. Now, Steve Cohen's wife, Alex, happens to be Puerto Rican. I feel like he felt that was his home. Then Soto comes in. Now, Soto being Dominican, he feels like he's kind of stealing, part of what he maybe thought was his.
Yeah, and by the way,
that's where.
And by the way, appreciate you, Willie. I don't know if that's actually the dynamic.
No, it's a creative idea, but it doesn't mean that's what's going on.
But it's interesting speculation.
Right.
Because it doesn't feel like Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor should in any way be at odds unless it's about the money. And Francisco Lindor has to know that at 33 or 30.
Francisco Lindor's age? I think he's 33 now.
33 years old.
Yep.
Having signed that deal, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that somebody's going to get paid more than you.
It's only natural.
It's just, it happens in sports. I don't care what sport you're talking about. So I refuse to believe it's, and by the way, he's doing just fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't believe this is about money.
Well,
I can't believe it's about baseball. And so it's got to be something else.
This is why it would behoove everybody to actually leak the reason, because all it does is lead to crazy speculation. Like it's about the politics or
Right.
it's about the money.
Or Steve Cohen's wife.
It could literally be about the dumbest thing ever.
Yes.
It could be that they played Call of Duty once and Soto thinks Lindor cheated.
And by the way, it's probably why it's resolved so easily.
Right.
Because it's just stupid.
It's stupid. Like the odds are it's going to come out and be over the dumbest thing humanly possible.
That's right.
And I think we're interested because we all love drama and we like to yenta a little bit. But the reality is it actually doesn't matter what it's about.
Nope.
All that matters is, can these two guys, two really great talents, coexist on the same roster? And I have to ask the question, even though me and 13 other people watched the Met game last night, what the hell is up with Lindor's defense again?
I don't know.
He made a huge error that started the seventh inning and could have changed everything. I was going to start the show. I was thinking about it. I decided not to do it because I didn't want to be that guy, but I'll do it here at 10:45. I was going to start the show by saying, everybody's talking about it, the major league debut and the success and the happy family. So let's start with Nate Lavender. And I decided not to do that because I think 90% of the audience would have been like, I don't know what you're talking about. Is that a new guy the Nets drafted? Like, what is that? Now, Nate Lavender is a great story, though. Left-handed reliever, had Tommy John surgery, made his major league debut yesterday, and did a great job. He did a fantastic job. So that's the Nate Lavender story.
You get that Nate Lavender jersey yet for Jet?
I'm thinking about it. It's up there.
By the way, he plays for the Mets, people.
Oh, did I not explain that
No,
part?
you didn't. No. Because when Sean put it in the text chat, I was like, what the hell?
No, I put it in the text
text
chat.
chat. I was like, what are you talking about?
I said the Nate Lavender debut's been awesome.
Right.
That's all. Let's go to Angel and Fords. What's up, Angel?
Hey guys, just want to get onto that dynamic of the Puerto Rican and Dominican aspect. There is an obvious friction, and it does have to do with probably some of the aspect that we're considered, American citizens and everything. But there is a definite, there's always that seems to be hostility between our cultures. I hate to say that. I don't want to make it, not everybody's
Right.
like that.
Yeah, we're not starting a culture war over here, but still.
No.
But I think what we have to keep in mind is just because Francisco Lindor is Puerto Rican and Juan Soto is Dominican doesn't mean that's what the feud's about.
True.
None of us know.
But what would be the feud then?
I just told you. One guy cheated at a video game. I mean, it could be the dumbest thing humanly possible. It doesn't have to be something so advanced. It doesn't have to be they were arguing about politics or I'm a citizen and you're not a citizen. It doesn't have to be something like that.
It probably is some political nonsense.
You really think so?
Yes. I really do.
Why do you think that?
Because what do we argue about in this country more than anything? And we argue more about politics than we do about sports.
Yeah, nowadays maybe.
Politics has become sport.
Yeah.
Right? It's
team sports.
It's team sport. It's just be on a side. Doesn't matter what the truth is. Let's just fight.
You know what's so funny about politics becoming team sports? And maybe this is just the way I am,
right?
And the way like Beningo is. We hate our teams. Like we talk so much crap about our teams.
Right.
Yet when it comes to politics, we don't actually do that.
That's true.
But when it's like, yeah, I'm a Met fan, but I'll crap all over them right now until you start crapping on them.
No, here's the thing. In politics, they actually do that, just not out loud.
Oh, just not publicly. That's
just
true.
not out loud.
That's a fair point. Let's go to John in Danbury, Connecticut. Hey, John.
What's up, guys? Yeah, I have a lot that I want to talk about, but I'll stick to my main point about the, trade deadline and all that. It seems like the market was very high for a lot of these. I don't want to say top guys, but you saw the Red Sox, in my opinion, they severely overpaid for a mediocre catcher who could potentially be something, after he comes back from his injury. I know Skubal is going to get a high price and, trade away a lot of prospects for that. But do you think, the reason why the Yankees didn't move forward with, some of these other trades was because the market was just too high? And on the flip side, do you feel like the Mets should have taken advantage of this high market and gotten rid of some other players?
Well, it depends on who, because I know that there was a lot of banter on, hey, the catching market is so soft.
Right.
Do you trade Luis Torrens? Do you trade Francisco Alvarez? But the problem I think the Mets were battling is that they are planning on trying to compete in 2027, as much as fans may not think that's possible. So they moved all their free agents outside of Luis Robert Jr. Like everyone else that they traded, they're free agents. Obviously, Luke Weaver, Huascar Brazoban, guys with a few more years of team control. So I think when it comes to the Mets, it comes down to, all right, which guy did you want to move? And with the catchers, I hesitated to move them. But yeah, the prices were high for certain players. And ultimately what Brian Cashman has to decide at every single trade deadline is this worth it? Is what I'm giving up worth what I'm getting in return? And I think for Sean and a lot of Yankee fans, their answer is, we're close to winning a championship. There may not be a season next year. I'm sorry, Brian, your 11th ranked prospect. I don't want to hear that kept you from getting fill-in-the-blank player that you wanted to get.
Yeah, I would like to be aggressive because I think that other teams or in another land, the Yankees wouldn't think twice. And look, that just shows the where we're at now. He's worried about what's next and not what's now.
He's worried about what's next and what's not now. So here's where I'll slightly disagree with you. And I think this is the complication of being the general manager and being Brian Cashman. I think he's concerned with both. Like, I think it's...
Yeah, he has to be.
Yes,
Yeah.
he wants to win right now. Sure. I don't think he doesn't. But I also think, yeah, he needs to keep prospects because if he traded Cam Schlittler 2 years ago for the quick fix, what would we be saying? Or Ben Rice 2 years ago for the quick fix? You have to make the right decisions on which guys you're moving and not moving. Right. And sometimes he's made the wrong decisions. We all see the value now of Jason Dominguez and Anthony Volpe.
Exactly.
But for Dominguez and Volpe, we also have Schlittler and Rice.
Sure, but I would say there's probably more Dominguez's and Volpes. We tend to be surprised when these prospects.
Well, because it's tough to hit with prospects.
Yeah, which is why you should be more prone to move them. I keep circling.
But it's also why it's easy to get excited from a Mets standpoint about prospects.
Yeah.
Knowing that half of them aren't going to be anything.
Half of them?
Or a third of them.
No, more than that. It's like 80%.
True.
All I've got to do, I'll do it, even though it may be boring, is I can list you the top 20 prospects from the Yankee farm system or the Met farm system 5 years ago and just see where they ended up.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know. That'll be the results so you can understand what hits and what doesn't hit. And the answer is it's not a lot, but you better get it right.
Right.
Because the difference between the Yankees contending and not contending right now were the decisions to ride with Ben Rice and Cam Schlittler. If either one of those guys was not on this team right now, where would they be?
Nowhere.
Especially Ben Rice, because of the
what
offense.
Do you mean? Especially Schlittler.
No, especially Ben Rice, because they can pitch.
Depending on the move.
Yeah, but Garrett Cole was out.
Teague, I get it. If you took Ben Rice out of this lineup, they'd be averaging what per game?
Yeah, it's not like it's a home run a game.
Counterpoint, they moved Ben Rice in a deal for Tanner Scott. The entire dynamic of the bullpen has changed in Game 1 of the World Series, and the Yankees may have a World Championship right now.
That's the counterbalance. No, I get it. The counterbalance is if you make the right trade and it worked out, all of a sudden you're winning a World Championship, as opposed to making a bullpen decision that we still rue, and it doesn't work out that way. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can be backed up with that stupid WAR stat. Ben Rice's WAR is 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Schlittler's 4.6.
I told you. Dude is insane.
No, he's had a great year. I'm just saying.
And also because Max Fried goes down, Rodon goes down, Garrett Cole, he's back now, but he wasn't early.
Listen, the nerdy stats backed you up. You win.
Yes, thank you.
I admitted it on the air. I read it. I said Tiki wins. We move on.
Thank you.
Ralph in Manhattan. What's up, Ralph?
Baseball savant.
Speaking of politics, guys, is it it's incredible? Peralta playing the part of Sweden, kind of like a neutral factor in the whole thing. I'm not committing one way or the other. I'm staying in the middle. Right, I'm not going to get between these two guys. Hey, you know something? It's safe to say these two guys despise each other. Forget the words hate. Forget the words, the lighter words. These two guys from day one, guys, they couldn't stand each other. But I will point out, there have been teams in the past, the Oakland A's come to mind, 1972, 84 Padres who didn't win the World Series. These guys despised each other, but yet they put aside their differences and they went out and played the game together because the two never met. But in this case, for some reason, whether it's because we banter about it, on the side here, it plays a factor because they're reading about each other, I think. Forget the nationality, ethnicity aspect. They're reading about each other, and so they're getting wrong information or maybe biased information, and then they're going forward like, did you really say that about me? How dare you? And, I think these things go on all the time, but some players can put it aside and some can't.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think the other thing is the teams and the references you make, and the Yankees and the A's always jump out at me as great examples, and he brought up the A's, is that they won. So who cares? They're winning. Who cares if they don't like each other? I even mentioned the 86 Mets. I'd always heard that there was a rift between Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter. And whatever. They won. It doesn't matter. But the other factor, as he pointed out, is it's 2026, and we know about these things. I don't know how much we knew or how much we were able to banter about it without social media, without sports talk radio, how much conversation there would even be other than a writer writing an article about feuds going on in a locker room. And in 2026, it's completely different.
Yeah, because we hear everything. There are beat writers, there are relationships, and they get leaked out, and agendas that we're not even paying attention to until it becomes a massive story. So, yeah, it's impossible to hide things anymore.
Brian Cashman gave possibly one of the worst answers ever to a question that was given to him yesterday by Craig and Big Mac. We'll analyze that coming up, plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. There's no better time than now to upgrade your home with Windorama Summer Savings Event. Save up to 40% off when you install with Windorama. Choose from top brands like Anderson Windows and Doors and Master Shield Gutter Guards. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle it all. A stress-free process from measurement to installation. And when you shop in stock inventory, they'll install in just 14 days. Visit Windorama.com and book now.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Before you enjoy a night out, have a plan for a safe, sober ride home, because impaired driving can wreck it all. Be safe, be responsible, never drive drunk or high. Together, let's prevent a tragedy on New Jersey's roads.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This morning, the Atlanta Falcons reaching agreement on a contract extension with star running back Bijan Robinson. Bijan is obviously one of the best backs in football, and I think Atlanta's offense will be better than people expect this year if Tua Tagovailoa is the starting quarterback, to go along with Bijan, to go along with Drake London, and to go along with Kyle Pitts. I think the Atlanta Falcons, if Tua plays, will win the NFC South. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand, so shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
If you're tired of dealing with dummies every time you shop for a car, I get it. All the games they play, the back and forth, it's brutal. Well, the team over at Route 22 Toyota seem to have it figured out. They're real people who have made the entire process of buying a car simple and that smart. Plus, they're easy to get to, right on Route 22 in Hillside, New Jersey, and they're always on the money with incredible deals on their huge selection of new and used Toyota. So remember, if you're tired of dealing with dummies, get over to Route 22 Toyota and experience the smart way to buy your next vehicle. Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast. It's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation in times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Optimal Fibers in the house. Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum Fiber, so fresh, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. 30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Because shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Running a small business is a daily balancing act. One late shipment, one price hike, one employee issue, and your whole month, maybe the entire year, could be in trouble. That's where LendSeek comes in.
I needed $100,000 fast to keep up with inventory demands. LendSeek had me funded the same day I applied. Between their AI platform finding the fastest deal and a dedicated funding specialist guiding the process, it couldn't have been easier.
Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 funders, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Hey, Jersey pet lovers, Powerball's up to $786 million. How would you spoil your fur babies with that much cash? Pick up a ticket from any New Jersey lottery retailer.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the fans at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash on an incredibly busy Wednesday. We have a lot of football to get to as the show rolls on, too. We'll bring back the Tiki time machine. But yesterday, Sean and I had a moment together, and it wasn't while we were together. I was driving young Spence to the arcade, and I put on my favorite radio station, WFAN, and I popped it on and I had no idea this was happening. I popped it on as I heard Craig Carton say, and joining us right now, the general manager of the New York Yankees, Brian Cashman.
I think we're pretty good.
And I was like, awesome. I'm excited to listen, because as I mentioned yesterday, he met the media, but there were a few follow-ups that we didn't hear.
Yes.
And I know my guys, they always come through. So Big Mac asked a question, and I'm so glad he did, about Liam Hicks, because Liam Hicks was the guy I was most disappointed they didn't acquire. It wasn't the Adley Rutschman thing. It was Liam Hicks, the former Miami Marlin. I saw what the Rays gave up. And to me, that would have been the answer. And Big Mac shared my anger because he had the same view that was the trade that bothered him the most. So obviously, in the respectful way that Chris McMonagle is, he said to his Lord and Savior, Brian Cashman.
Fuck it.
No, he didn't say that. He said, why didn't you trade for Liam Hicks? And before we play the answer, I'm going to tell you right now, I like Brian Cashman. We've had him on many times. He's a class guy. I respect him, even if I disagree with him a lot. I think his answer to why they didn't trade for Liam Hicks is a top 5, one of the worst answers I've ever heard Brian give on any kind of question. It was that bad.
I did not hear it.
I'm still stunned at the answer.
And the reason Sean and I had the moment is Sean texted me like seconds after the question was answered saying, did you just hear that? And my response, you remember what my response was?
I almost drove off the road.
I almost drove off the road.
Oh, so now I got to hit. You guys are building this thing up like it's crazy.
And yes, and I just want to set something up.
Yes.
I love those guys, and I'm not blaming it. It's tough in that spot. The fact that we didn't get a follow-up to this answer is going to drive me nuts all day, too.
So now you're mad at who? Big Mac? But you're not mad at Craig.
I'm not mad at
You're
Craig.
mad at Big Mac.
I'm not mad at Craig or Big Mac because I might have just locked in and then be worrying about the next question.
I was actually, if he gave that answer to you, I would have been concerned that the relationship between WFN and the Yankees would have died in that moment because I think Sean would have lost his freaking mind.
I hope that I would have, but that's why I want to be careful not to
I got
criticize.
to give you guys some kudos here.
Why? We didn't do anything.
You're building this thing up.
Oh, we're building it up.
Amazing. I can't wait to hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the answer to a very good question from Big Mac. Hey, why didn't you trade for Liam Hicks?
Yeah, the Tampa situation, they got a left-handed hitting catcher in Hicks, so obviously thought we don't need a left-handed hitting catcher. So our aisle we were shopping in was a right-handed hitting catcher or a bigger everyday upgraded catcher, if it made sense.
Bro, you need a good catcher.
Okay, so what he basically said was, I don't think Liam Hicks is significantly better than Austin Wells. That's what he said. Because here's what he said. He said they have a left-handed hitting catcher. We were in the market. Our formula, which I keep talking about, our formula was for a right-handed hitting catcher or an upgrade from what we have. And so he's probably looking offensively and defensively. He didn't believe that Liam Hicks was an upgrade over Austin
Liam
Wells.
Hicks is not an upgrade defensively. He's obviously an average to subpar defender.
So weigh the balance.
15 home runs, 66 RBIs, and an 808 OPS. Those are his offensive numbers. Just so you know.
Yeah, and to Tiki's point, look, we get the Hicks isn't the full-time catcher defensively the way Wells is. But this is why it's a crazy answer. Austin Wells is actually hitting at an unacceptable rate. And further proof, you give that answer yesterday, and then just look at last night. If Liam Hicks starts that game last night, are you pinch hitting with Paul Goldschmidt in the 7th inning for Liam Hicks in that spot? You can't say that you're not looking for an upgrade at one side of the plate catcher and you pinch hitting for the guy every night.
We can't, on the right side of our mouth, say, look how amazing it is to have George Lombard Jr. up the middle defensively to protect us. While on the left side of our mouths, we're going to say, okay, we're going to throw Liam Hicks behind the dish for 7 innings in a 1 or 2 run game. You can't do that.
Yes,
of course you can.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
Because the difference is we're not just patting Lombard on the ass if he's 0 for 4 or 4 strikeouts. Like, there needs to be a balance. We're getting nothing offensively from Austin Wells.
Okay, but you might get nothing defensively from Liam Hicks. you could get a pass ball. You could get a poorly called game.
Let me figure that out. Let me figure that out with him on the roster first.
But you're talking 1-run games, dude. We're talking 2-run games.
But with Hicks, maybe they're 3-run games.
Or maybe he goes 0 for 4. Ben Rice is the best offensive player on the New York Yankees. How many 0 for 4 games has he had this year? Trust me, it's not 1 or 2. It's like 10. So you just don't know.
But Tiki, I think the part you're missing, I think the part that bothered me even more was the whole left-handed part. Last year, they ran 2 left-handed catchers out there. It was J.C. Escarra and Austin Wells. It's not ideal. No one's saying it's ideal, but sometimes you got to make good with the situation. And I remember when Cash and Boone were asked last year about Escarra and Wells, they said, look, these are our 2 best catchers.
Look,
if the best catcher you could acquire is Liam Hicks, who happens to be a left-hand hitter, you're going to disqualify it because he's a lefty?
Okay, but isn't that also just acquiring a catcher just to acquire a catcher?
It's acquiring an upgrade. Is he better than Ali Sanchez? No. There's no confusion, Tiki. The answer is yes.
Yeah, but marginally so.
No, he's not marginally so. He's got 65 RBIs.
You're not factoring in the defense.
Look, but Ali Sanchez's defense stinks anyway, too.
Yeah, look, we don't know Liam Hicks' defense that well because he hasn't caught that much this season. Hold on.
They don't want 2 lefty catchers.
Stop it. It's ridiculous. You're saying that Liam Hicks isn't an upgrade over Ali Sanchez?
They don't want 2 lefty catchers.
What? They did it last year.
I know, but they
did it this year until they finally sent Escarra down.
They don't want to do it this year.
But they did it.
They don't want to do it for, you know why?
They did it for a year and a half.
Evan, just think logically. Why don't they want 2 left-handed catchers?
Well, I know why you wouldn't, but they did it.
But why? Here's why. Because at some point, analytics are going to tell them we need a pinch hit bat, and we don't want it to all be stuck on the left side.
They just did it with crap sandwiches. Now you won't do it with a guy who's got 16 home runs and 60 RBIs. You don't see the hypocrisy in that?
I mean, ish, but not really.
Here's the thing. I understand I understand what Tiki's saying, but
it's just it's marginally beneficial to you.
Okay.
And if you're just marginally
improving
your yes, he is.
No, it's
Evan.
not.
If he doesn't play every day.
Because the Marlins had a situation that didn't allow him to do so. We have to look at that.
So you're going to trade for a guy who's not even the everyday catcher?
Because they had a guy who's an all-world defender and Joe Mack, who is a top prospect. It's a different situation.
Okay.
You're going to use the Marlins' usage of Liam Hicks as a reason why the Yankees shouldn't trade for him now? All we're doing between you and Cashman, we're coming up with stupid reasons.
As long as if he's not ideal, and again, I'm not privy to the Yankees' formula on player evaluations. But if it's not ideal to whatever their formula is, then you don't do the deal. And it wasn't ideal. That's all he said.
Yeah, but the formula he laid out was, well, we weren't looking for a lefty. Meanwhile, you spent a year and a half with 2 crappy left-hand hitting catchers. Now there's a firm rule against 2 lefties when the second lefty you're adding has an 800 OPS.
Okay, what did that get them last year?
Well, I'm talking about Liam Hicks, though.
I know. No, I'm talking last year.
He's better than J.C. Escarra. He's better than Austin Wells offensively. They need offense.
And Austin Wells was better offensively last year than he is this year. Now, this is where I understand what Tiki's saying makes sense, but here's where it doesn't make sense from the Yankees. You bring up the right-handed bat and all that later.
Right.
The Yankees should never be in a situation where you're relying on Ali Sanchez as a right-handed bat. So to me, the righty-lefty thing goes out the window. Forget Austin Wells for a second. If you want to say you don't want 2 lefties, that's one thing. Ali Sanchez is now both proven offensively and defensively. He is not a major league catcher. So even if you're acquiring Liam Hicks and you still want to play Austin Wells a bunch and you're worried about that lefty-lefty thing,
yeah,
I turn Austin Wells into the lefty version of how you're using Ali Sanchez anyway.
I think what you're not catching is that if they, no pun intended, if they don't want another lefty bat and you're bringing in Liam Hicks essentially as just a lefty bat, then why is that ideal? That's not ideal.
Because you're improving your offense, and their offense needs improvement, and he is significantly better as an offensive player than Austin Wells.
They want to improve it from the right side.
Okay, but if you can't improve it from the right side, like he was saying, you can't just leave Ali Sanchez on this team over Liam Hicks. Like, in the end, you're like, semantically, if there was a perfect fit.
He's a righty.
But again, why are you? It shouldn't matter left-hand or right-hand at that point, Ali Sanchez.
By the way, I'm not arguing for Brian Cashman. I'm not saying he's right.
You're just explaining what he's thinking.
I'm explaining why he thinks the way that he's thinking. Because so much of what all of these teams do is analytics. It's so much of, especially when it's not your starter, right? It is, how does this analytically fit a profile that we're trying to create? And Liam Hicks just didn't because he was a lefty bat.
So it's just
and
a lefty bat?
And an inferior defender.
His defense is rated as slightly below average. Let's stop acting like he's Piazza back there.
I'm not saying he's Piazza.
He just didn't catch a lot because of the Marlins situation.
I think we're all agreeing on the reasoning. I think the problem is the reasoning sucks. Like when you just forget Austin Wells, just get to Ali Sanchez. The fact that in his mind on the trade deadline, he was only going to consider right-handed bats. There's already one problem with the Austin Wells not wanting to upgrade it. The second problem is, who cares that Ali Sanchez is a right-handed bat? This isn't a normal need a righty-lefty situation. He can't hit, and he's below average defensively.
I know, but they were trying to replace Ali Sanchez, not Austin Wells. I think that's the issue.
Well, that is the issue because even though Austin Wells is very well capable of getting hot right now, we all hope he does. He's been great defensively. There's no questioning that. I think that the priority needed to be, let's get better.
By the way, we're not even factoring in what the pitchers think, the pitching room looks like. Are they saying, yeah, you know what, Austin Wells is expendable? Or maybe they're saying, you know what, I need Austin Wells.
Well, but we're not getting rid of Austin Wells. We're taking at-bats away from him.
I know that, but what I'm saying is when Brian Cashman is coming to this deadline, the past 2 days ago, he's not looking to replace Austin Wells. He's looking to replace Ali Sanchez.
No, I think that may have been the mistake, honestly. Austin Wells, and yes, he's been better for a few weeks, is not performing well enough offensively to be a Major League Baseball player. Now, again, he's been hotter lately, at a home run the other day, but he's hitting 166 with a 554 OPS. There is no planet where that's acceptable. I get his defense is good. I acknowledge it. He's a challenger machine, but that's not good enough. Like last year, when he hit 220 with a 700 OPS and a 21 home runs, it's acceptable. The year before that, when he hit a 718 OPS and 230, it was acceptable. There's no world, Teak, in which 166 with a 555 OPS is acceptable, even if, yes, he's trending the right way. And hopefully that continues. If it continues, great. Then it works.
Judgment call.
I also think if with these games, you're now hurting yourself later defensively with Ali Sanchez, where the game could be played in reverse. You get a couple at-bats from Liam Hicks, and if you want to later on do the defensive switch, because you're pinch hitting for Austin Wells now, forget pinch hitting, bring in Austin Wells to play defense late in this game instead of Sanchez, who can't throw the ball. I think it just makes you better for a couple at-bats during the game, and then you're better later in the games because now you're taking Wells' bat out and getting a worse defensive catcher late.
Very
the whole
fair.
thing is backwards.
We can all agree on one thing. You know what I learned from this debate with you, Tiki?
What's that?
You ready?
Baseball season sucks.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. Well, we could all come to that conclusion. I disagree with that, by the way. Baseball season is the best. Anyhow, let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. Joey in Long Beach. Hey, Joey.
Hey, guys.
What's up,
good morning.
Good morning.
Guys got a lot of great takes. So, baseball season doesn't always suck. And I just wanted to mention that I take a little bit to heart something that was grandstanded a bunch, which was somebody taking credit for Kodai Senga going into the bullpen. Well, I took my son, who AJ Naham, born April 4th, shout out to Tiki's AJ, to a Mets-Phillies game in Philadelphia, July 18th. We were standing right above the away bullpen, so he was definitely throwing the ball. He threw a ball up to my son. He got it. So July 18th was the first day that I consider Kodai Senga to enter the bullpen, especially in the Philadelphia Phillies home.
So you're saying it was your suggestion.
Right.
Look, if you missed it yesterday at the end of the show, but certainly on my Rico Bronya, my plan for this post-trade deadline Met world was not Senga in the bullpen. Senga's been in the bullpen for a while now. It's making him a short reliever, putting him in high-leverage situations, saying, hey, you're the eighth-inning guy. You're the seventh-inning guy. And luckily, the Mets are agreeing with that, and they're going to give it a try. And he made his debut in that role last night. It was a 4-run game in the ninth inning against the top of the order, and he wasn't dominant, but he got the job done.
It's almost like they were listening to you yesterday.
I think they were listening. I think they realized that Kodai Senga is a sunk cost. He's a failed starting pitcher after getting off to such a great start in his major league career. And I think the Mets...
But he's here.
Right. He's here. So what can we kind of see that he can do for us? And he's due $15 million next year, so put him in the bullpen. The Mets have a lot of open bullpen spots now with all the trades they made, and let's see what he's got. And who knows, maybe if he's impressive over the final 2 months, when you're mapping out the 2027 bullpen, Kodai Senga has a spot. It's certainly possible. Let's go to Eric in Brooklyn. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's going on?
I wanted to go back to the Mets point with Lindor and
go ahead.
Soto. I actually do think the baseball issue because it's just the timing is really coincidental with, him coming in. Soto's not really known for being a great defender himself. Lindor, captain of the team, he probably came in, said you kind of have to take things a little bit more seriously. And then Lindor's not having such a great defensive season, kind of got a little humbled, I guess you could say, and probably just worked things out. The timing just makes sense.
That it's baseball related based on Lindor's defense or Soto's, I didn't follow, and I don't agree. But then again, here's the problem. We know now, because there's been enough reporting on it, and certainly Steve Cohen confirmed it, there was a rift. And now everyone's going to spend time debating what the rift was about. Whether it's DR versus Puerto Rico, whether it's this guy's defense, whether it's salary. And that's why what I would give the Mets advice on what to do, since they listen to the Kodai Senga thing, leak out what the issue is about.
Yeah.
And we can put it to bed.
And then people we'll discuss it, we'll blow it up, and then it'll shrink and go away.
And then we'll move on. Absolutely. Ozzy in Woodridge. What's up, Ozzy?
Hey, Ozzy.
Long time no speak, fellas.
What's up,
What's
dude?
going on?
Nothing much. Listen, I got a little bit of expertise in this Dominican and Puerto Rican field.
Yep.
Been with my Dominicana for over 30 years, married for 20.
Wow.
Yo, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans despise each other, bruh. And Evan, not for nothing.
Yes.
This runs rampant in the Latin American community and amongst the countries. If you gave the saintly Sylvia, more so Abuelo, who's lived his life, truth serum, and let them talk about fellow Central American and South American countries, just get ready because it'll be a show, bro.
So you think you're positive that's what this is about?
You're confirming my speculation.
Yeah, 100%. And then Tiki also, and you guys touched on it before, when you throw some gasolina on the fire of this political aspect in the country now, heck, the world, I don't care if a Swiss person is arguing with a person from Spain, what have you. I don't care what the countries are. You throw that gasoline on the fire and forget it. It's a powder keg. That's what we have here,
but
bro.
Ozzy, no one's denying that there may be rivalries amongst countrymen or countrywomen, but that doesn't mean that's what this issue is about. Edwin Diaz is from Puerto Rico. Did we hear about an Edwin Diaz-Juan Soto feud when they were teammates last year? Starling Marte is Dominican. Did we hear about a Starling Marte-Francisco Lindor feud when he was here last year?
I mean, didn't Soto kind of say Starling Marte is really the leader?
That's Soto talking positively about Marte, but we never heard Lindor and Marte have issues.
Wasn't he, at least this is how we interpreted it, simultaneously, mushing Lindor?
Yeah. No, he was, but I think you're missing my point. Before Soto was here, Lindor and Marte were teammates. They were teammates for a couple of years. Did they have an issue?
But how hurt? Well, he was hurt all the time.
No, he wasn't. He played pretty well in 2022. He was here for a while. You're forgetting the early days of Starling Marte. So they were teammates for years. Did they have an issue?
No.
Okay, so then...
Not publicly.
Okay, so we're playing this game of, wow, it must be the countries. There's plenty of baseball players who are from Puerto Rico and the Dominican that don't feud with each other.
Evan, you know this. There's plenty of people who just don't care about those things.
I agree, but one plus one...
Even though they're omnipresent around them, they just don't. It doesn't affect them.
But 1 + 1 doesn't mean it has to be 2. Actually, it does. I think I used that incorrectly.
Math is math.
Math is math.
There's no shading math.
You understand what I mean? Because Lindor and Soto have clearly had some issues for 2 years doesn't mean it has to be the Puerto Rico Dominican thing.
I get it. Your kids are still in elementary school. That's where they still do that approximate math. Where it's kind of like, what's it kind of close to? 22 plus 21. What's it close to? Approximately 40? No, how about it's just 43, damn it.
I've never heard
Just do
that.
the math.
I've never heard approximate math.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, you got to get the answer, man. When they ask me 10 times 30, I tell them you better get the answer.
My kids did approximate math for adding, subtracting, and it was mind-numbing to me.
Approximate?
Yeah. What's it about close to? And I was like, dude, Math is math.
Right.
There is a definitive one solution, right?
I agree.
Like the only thing that confuses you is halves, right?
Yeah, that's a little
because
tricky.
You can get halfway closer to the wall. You're never going to touch it, but you actually do touch it, but you can always go halfway and never get there.
I'm confused.
Think about it.
I was all good till you said that.
How far are you from that wall? Let's say 20 feet, right?
Right.
So if you went halfway, you'd be how far?
As close as Brian Cashman was to Liam Hicks.
Right. Now, if you went half of that, you'd be
5 feet.
You went half of that, you'd
2.5 feet.
If you went half of that, you'd be
1.75.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you actually, I think it's So then you go half of that.
0.
Now,
I don't know.
The reality, you can keep going half.
Oh, I got you.
And never get to the wall, but you actually do get to the wall. So
damn,
how
that's
does that
crazy.
happen?
That's the math that blows my mind.
Right. That's infinite math right there.
Oh, wow.
Because you can go an infinity amount of times halfway to the wall and never touch it.
Just think about
but you do actually touch it.
Think about the education we've gotten from Tiki Barber today. He was my DDS when it came to my teeth, and now he's giving us math equations. We'll see how good he is when we put him in the Tiki time machine coming up. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And call now. And be caller number 4 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Sebastian Maniscalco at North Weller Jones Beach Theater on August 15th. From our friends at Live Nation, to purchase tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Tune in tomorrow to the Carton Show at 3 p.m. for another chance to win. And this portion of the program is sponsored by JAG Physical Therapy. JAG Physical Therapy is growing in Morristown, New Jersey, with 2 locations in Morristown and 10 throughout Morris County. Their expert clinicians are ready to help you recover, rebuild strength, and help you get back the life you love. For more information or to make an appointment at any of their locations, visit jagpt.com.
Your NFL destination station is The Fan.
Which Gino are we going to get? We're going to get the distracted one with all the stuff off the field. We're going to get the one that was, pretty decent back in Seattle a couple years ago. I don't think you'll get the one that you saw last year.
NFL MVP Boomer Esiason and Giants legend Tiki Barber hit you with the most informed opinions, taking you inside the team facility and inside the huddle like no one else can.
I hope that John Harbaugh goes hard as hell on these guys so that they're prepared for what the regular season in the NFL is.
The Greats talk shop with you here all season long on your home for everything NFL. 101.9 FM WFAN.
The appetite for destruction returns. Guns N' Roses World Tour 2026. One night. MetLife Stadium.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
I'm Sam, owner of Marino's Landscape. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I earn unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything I buy to run my landscaping business gives me cash back to help throw a big thank you party for my team. For all they do.
Chase Inc. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hey, New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved $900 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
Hey, it's Brew, and I feel like everything in my life depends on being connected. Whether I'm uploading a video, hopping on a call before my show, or video chatting with my family back in Michigan, I never have to think about my Wi-Fi. And that's why Xfinity stands out. You get the most reliable, fiber-powered Wi-Fi with the best equipment at one price for 5 years guaranteed. No contracts or commitments. Plus, you can get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber or coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
You ever open your phone bill and it's just higher? No warning, it just went up. Unbelievable, right? That's why you should choose Red Pocket Mobile for your cell carrier. No sneaky rate hikes, no surprise increases on your plan. 20 years they've been doing it that way, and you get your pick of all 3 nationwide 5G networks. Right now, their summer savings event gets you up to 4 months free on an annual plan. Visit redpocketmobile.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always 0 down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires. So we buy Bridgestone tires for less and sell them for less. The guaranteed lowest price you'll find anywhere. Plus, we give you more free services for life than any other tire dealer. So when you're looking for Bridgestone tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Summer's heating up and pest season is officially here. Mosquitoes, ticks, ants, and wildlife are becoming more active across the greater New York area as summer temperatures rise. Enjoy your summer, not the pests. JP McHale Pest Management helps protect your home, family, pets, employees, and customers all summer long. With local offices around the tri-state area, their local experts are ready with seasonal residential savings and free commercial inspections. Visit nopests.com. That's NOPESTS.com. JP McHale Pest Management, not just good, guaranteed.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Clouds and sun, high 84.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Start your day with Boomer and Geo. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. On top of being a locker room healer, Freddy Peralta was a really crappy pitcher for the Mets. Well, he picked up right where he left off in his debut with the Rays. He allowed 7 runs on 9 hits in 3 2/3 innings. Yet, because the Rays are the Rays, they still won 9-7 in Colorado last night. And at a Giant camp, Odell Beckham Jr. got some looks and throws with the ones yesterday. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Juju was a little banged up, so didn't practice. Yep. Odell practiced with the ones.
By the way, that's going to happen with a lot of these guys because they're not sold yet on what the final wide receiver room is going to look like. There's nobody that's supposed to make this team other than Malachi Fields because he was a 3rd-round pick and Neighbors, and Darius Slayton, I think. But I think all those guys are going to get shots.
They all got a shot. Odell's got a real shot to make this team. And it's kind of crazy to think because our kind of route with Odell Beckham Jr. has lasted a long time. Like, it's weird. It's like Geno Smith back with the Jets. It's almost a blast from the past. And so last week on the Tiki Time Machine, we were analyzing and you were guessing what everyone thought when the Jets drafted Geno Smith. Well, today on the Tiki Time Machine, what did we all say when they traded Odell Beckham Jr.? It's another installment of the Tiki Time Machine.
Who said what back in the day? Tiki's gonna guess it anyway. Was Evan Pump, was Boomer mad, was Mike falling asleep or really sad? Roll the tape, don't make him wait, he's guessing every frozen take, right or wrong, it's all good fun. Tiki's Time Machine has begun. Guessing old fan opinions.
I take you back to March 13th, 2019. This was the day after Odell Beckham Jr. was sort of shockingly traded to the Cleveland Browns. What do you think Boomer Esiason said about the trade?
I think Boomer said this is the best thing the Giants could have done because he was a distraction.
Boy, Tiki Barber. Let's take a listen to what Boomer had to say.
I believe that the Giants actually sold high in this case. They got more than the Steelers got for Antonio Brown, and they got more than the Raiders got for Amari Cooper, and a higher draft pick, by the way. So Dave Gettleman sold high here, knowing a couple of things. One, I do not believe that Odell Beckham Jr. wants to play another year with Eli Manning. I don't believe he wants to go down that road. Number 2, Odell Beckham Jr. the last 2 years has been oft injured. And I do believe the last 4 games of last year in which he didn't play because he had a contusion in his leg, I believe that set off some alarms within the Giants building over there, and they weren't happy with him. Number 3, he goes on with Lil Wayne and ESPN and basically wonders aloud as to whether or not he likes playing here in New York and questions his quarterback openly.
Now, I'm going to tell you, that was number 3 on his list. He had a few more things on his list. Do you want to hear more of Boomer rattling off all the reasons to get rid of Odell Beckham Jr.?
Number 4, he gets on his all fours in Philadelphia and acts like a dog in the end zone. Number 5, he makes a marriage proposal to the kicking net. Number 6, he gets into that huge fight with Josh Norman, acting like an idiot on the field.
Let's not forget about Paris and the pizza and the potential drugs.
So you have Paris and the pizza. You also have the boat trip down to Miami before the Green Bay playoff game. I mean, enough is a freaking enough. I don't care how good you are. It's tolerance and it's production. His production the last 2 years, due in large part to injuries and because he decided to take himself out, he is the all-hype team. This is an all-hype guy that is basically a fruitcake when it comes to being a part of a team. And, maybe some of his teammates are going to miss him. Oh, he's so great. I think he's more hyped than anything. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I'm all in with David Gettleman on this one.
Wow. He crushed him.
He did crush him.
Sometimes it's tough to find the hard opinions from Boomer. This wasn't that difficult.
This was a hard opinion. It's interesting that him wanting to play with Eli or not wanting to play with Eli, however he phrased it, because Eli would target him a lot. And in fact, a lot of Eli's interceptions came because he was throwing balls to Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
Just to get
forcing it to him.
Just to force it to him when it maybe wasn't always the right decision. So I trust you to go make that play, Odell, and it ultimately didn't work out. So it was kind of good both ways in that regard, but he was also a hell of a player.
He was.
When he was healthy, he was unbelievable.
1 for 1. Tiki's on fire. How about Gio? You think he was for the trade?
I think Gio said the Giants are going to miss him.
Let's hear from Gio.
And I am on board with this deal, and I don't think the return's as bad as everybody else is talking about. I think that's pretty decent return for Odell Beckham Jr. The problem is they're a year late. This is the issue. And this is where Dave Gettleman's going to get criticized and has been getting criticized, is they didn't have, as an organization, Gettleman and others, didn't have the foresight to say, we're going to stink in 2018. We need to do this stuff now. Now, they discussed about trading Odell Beckham Jr. They did not. Instead, they signed to a contract extension, so now they have to eat $16 million in dead cap money. They still don't have the quarterback of the future. They still have Eli Manning on their roster, and they're a mess.
What's wrong about him?
I know.
Yeah.
1-1. What do you think I said?
I think you agreed with Gio.
You think I agreed with Gio, which means I was for the trade,
Yes.
but it should have happened
Yes.
a year earlier? You don't know me, Tiki. I have a similar feeling about Odell Beckham Jr. that I had about Robinson Cano, that I had about Darrelle Revis, that I have about Jacob deGrom. When I have a tremendous player, I don't like getting rid of them. I just don't. And Odell Beckham Jr., despite everything that's happened over the last 5 years, is a tremendous football player. Nobody can deny that. And he's not 36, he's 26. So my first reaction is simply, I hate getting rid of a talent like that.
There you go.
And clearly this shows you what Dave Gettleman's trying to do, which is blow the whole damn thing up. Yeah. I'm very consistent about this.
I don't think he was trying to blow it up. I think he knew that this was going to become an issue. And so they signed, because we don't have what I said, but I remember what I said. It was Dave Gettleman signed him so he could trade him because nobody was going to take him at the number. And so nobody's going to take him and pay him. You know what I mean?
So pay him and then trade him. Kind of what the Jets did with Sauce Gardner.
It's kind of what the Mets do, where they trade a guy and they pay part of the salary.
Oh, that's
because
a little different.
In the NFL, when you sign a guy, the thing that's guaranteed that now stays with the trading team is the guaranteed money. And so by giving him a contract and a bonus, you take the hit of the bonus. They just have to take the salary.
Right.
And so it was easier to trade him after you signed him. It's kind of like a sign-in trade.
Yeah. And they did well. I mean, what we didn't know at the time is that one of the picks they got would turn into Dexter Lawrence.
Right.
What do you think Joe B said?
I think Joe B was like, good riddance.
Good riddance.
I thought I tell you, to be honest with you, I thought it was a tremendous trade for the Giants. If you're gonna do what he's doing, and obviously now I know because he's traded everybody that he didn't bring in here. He got rid of Harrison, he got rid of Apple, he got rid of Collins. Now he gets rid of Odell. He's getting rid of everybody. So if that's your game plan and you're going to start from scratch, which is pretty much what he's doing.
Sure.
Look, they tried to win last year and it didn't work. That's the way I look at it. So he said to himself, you know what? Okay, fine. Now I'm going in the other direction. So if that's what you're going to do, then I thought getting a number one, getting Jabril Peppers and getting a third-round pick, I thought was a pretty good deal for the guy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
The following year, Sterling Shepard was their leading receiver, 576 yards. Saquon Barkley was basically the leading receiver.
Yeah, no doubt. Mike is probably the easiest person to predict. You know what Mike said, right?
Yeah, I mean,
he hated Odell Beckham Jr.
I mean, you know that I haven't been a Beckham guy from the beginning. I felt the Giants have mishandled this from Jump Street. I felt that from the Carolina game when they didn't discipline him, they ruined everything. I thought they ruined the team. They ruined the discipline on the team. They sent the wrong message. They let him get off on the wrong foot, and everything snowballed after that. And 5 years later, you have a player who is extremely talented, that people have bent over for, and just done anything to accommodate, and all they've done is lost. And they've given up who they are. And, you know, what I said last night was welcome back, because to me, this is the first move the Giants made in a long time. It's the Giants.
Well, they weren't really back.
No,
because
they lost more than they did the year before.
Yeah, they weren't back.
They won 4 games in 2019.
But I think he was happy that Odell was gone.
Right. Actually, Darius Slayton had the most yards.
How about
even
that?
Though Sterling Shepard had the most receptions.
Here's more from Mike on Odell being traded.
I've been telling you that for 5 years. I didn't make that up today. I've been telling you that for 5 years. That it's his fault to get rid of him. This isn't a new thing. I've said this to the Giants 100 times. I've said it to ownership. I've said it to every one of them. This isn't something new. Yes, he's to blame. He was incredibly destructive. Is he the only reason? No. Was he a good thing here? No. They didn't play football here. They played like garbage for 5 years.
Now, you know what else we found into the archives? Sean Morash's opinion.
Morash on the network.
Now, as you hear, everybody here besides me was for the trade.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody wanted to get rid of him. I was the one guy who was like, hey, he's pretty talented. I wouldn't have traded him.
I think Sean loved him because Sean was probably one of Sean's favorite players.
But Sean also turned on Saquon when he was gone. He's very quick to turn. So my gut says he's backstabbing the crap out of Odell in whatever we play. I haven't heard it. This is one that I left to Sean to find because I wanted to play along. My gut is he's stabbing him in the back the way he did Saquon. You disagree?
I disagree.
All right, let's hear Sean Morash.
This is 110% the lowest night of my sports fandom ever. Ever! Why would you trade the most talented player to walk into the Meadowlands since Lawrence freaking Taylor?
Oh, Tiki.
They just signed him to an extension last year. Get them out. Shermer, Gettleman, Eli, they all suck. Out. 8 wins the last 2 years. What are we going to win this year? 0-16? You just traded your best player to the last team to do that, and now we suck even worse. Enough.
Wow.
This team sucks. Why do we sign them? Now I got sausage and peppers at safety. Who cares? This sucks.
Boy, that was something.
I was pissed.
That was vintage Sean Morash.
Was he one of your favorite players?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was an Odell stan, man.
I think he still is a lot of John fans' favorite player.
Which is why I think they're going to be partial to him in this camp battle, not to Juju, not to anybody else. It's, hey, let's try to fix the wrong and have Odell finish his career as a Giant.
I think it's they just need good players.
Yeah, they need good players. And I'm going to be okay with him getting cut. The other part of that is I had this, and it was building this immense distrust with Dave Gettleman dating back the year before when he drafted Saquon Barkley second overall. And I thought this compounded that mistake on why are you taking a running back second the year after trading your most talented wide receiver?
Yeah, the challenge this year for Odell Beckham is he's not young. He's 34 years old.
And it's a different Odell.
And he didn't play last year at all. Yep. And his last season in Miami, what did he have? How many receptions did he have? 10?
He didn't play a lot. He just hasn't played a lot of football, really, since that injury that he had in the Super Bowl.
He had 9 receptions.
Yeah.
And here's the truth. In the next 10 years, if this team wins a Super Bowl with Francis Mauigoa as one of the monster pillars as to why, then the trade was an immense success because they don't get Francis Mauigoa without trading
Lawrence.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, my God. You're going through the tree.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, but he's connecting the Beckham trade into Dexter
turned
Lawrence.
into Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence turned into Francis Mauigoa.
I mean, he's not wrong, technically. Now,
that asset became that asset, which could change the fortunes.
That's a hockey assist right there.
Now, you know what also Sean found?
What's that?
He found Big Mac's opinion. At the time, Big Mac, Chris McMonagle was running the board for CMB, Carlin, Maggie, and Bart. And so they asked Big Mac his opinion on this trade. I have no idea. I assume...
So I think Big Mac was
sad about it.
Yeah,
sad about Odell.
Not angry, just no. I don't. I think he was okay with it.
I think he's okay with it too because he worked for Francesa, and I think Mike probably got to him enough, where Big Mac was just going to repeat what Mike would say.
It was Chris McMonagle. His fat ass.
So that's my prediction. Anyhow, here's Big Mac revealing his opinion with Maggie, Carlin, and Bart.
Chris McMonagle has a sense of humor here because this song is sung after someone died. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that quite. I just think it's, I'll never love again. You can't get attached to players in this day and age. You just can't. You never know.
But this time, it was the team's fault and not the player.
I'm not distinguishing. I'm just saying he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sad. I'm sad about it.
I was right.
He was sad.
He was sad.
He was very sad.
My gut was right. He was sad.
I give him a lot of credit because I always thought that Mike would...
angry.
No, not angry. I thought Mike would always get to him. Like, Mike's opinions would eventually formulate into the brain of McMonagle. And in that case, it's completely not the situation. I think Odell's going to make the team. And I think Odell's going to make the team for 2 reasons. Now, he does have one major disadvantage, which is that he doesn't play special teams.
That's right.
Like, that is always going to help you add value to a roster. But I've already heard, because I'm trying to, figure out what's going on in training camp? I know that these reporters, and you're all over this, Sean, can't live tweet what's going on in practice.
Nope, only post-practice, a big submission.
But it sounds, and tell me if you've interpreted it this way too, that he looks good, that he's getting opening camp, that he's actually looked the part so far in the early audition period.
It depends on the days. It's been a mixed bag from what I've gathered from every reporter. I think the problem is they've been hard to figure out how he's looked because in the second team, Jameis Winston just simply hasn't thrown him the football.
Interesting.
Which is what elevated him yesterday to see if, and he caught a pass from Dart, he could get him more looks. It seems like he's getting open here and there, but he's just not getting thrown the football.
I think that once the games start, which we're a week away from, I think that Odell on the field and how he looks and how often he's targeted, I think will actually start to become a more appealing story. Right now, the Odell story is it's bubbling.
Yeah.
Probably because there hasn't been a game yet. But I think once this competition begins, the Giant fan who has a connection to Odell Beckham Jr., and like you said, want to win, they want the roster to be the best it can be, right. I think we'll start to get into this camp battle that's occurring.
Yeah, no, and I think the first week is more about, and now that we're in pads, it's more about everything else that's new. The John Harbaugh experience as the head coach, both as a teacher on the field, but also how he handles the media and how he responds. That's refreshing. Already we know that's going to be, how different that's going to be. Talking about the John Harbaugh side of this. And then it's going to start getting into who helps this team win. Like who are going to be the key pieces to it. And Odell, I thought you were going to say one of the reasons to keep Odell is because of his veteran nature, his popularity among some of the younger players on this team. And in a lot of ways, he can be a leader. And I know this just from calling games back when he was with the Giants. He is a leader in the locker room. Like whatever his public persona was, and that it was different in the locker room. Like those guys respected him.
So you're talking about even then? Or you're talking about the way he is now?
I'm talking about then.
Oh, so even in 2019 with all that talk from Boomer and Mike and everybody about how it's more bark than bite or whatever the phrases were, the people in the room respected him.
100% they did. And it was interesting because I hadn't met him really, because this was still the Coughlin era and I wasn't as welcome over there as I am now. And I remember going and having this conversation with Odell and being like, man, you were so different than I thought you were. You're different than this public perception of you as this bombastic, loud, obnoxious player. He was very, humble. And when you're in that kind of intimate environment. And I think that leadership is valuable to a team that's young. The Giants are young. And has a new situation with a new head coach and new coaching staff.
So one thing that happened at practice yesterday is after Jaxson Dart ran in for a touchdown, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle, and he ended up throwing the football at Greg Newsome, the cornerback. And John Harbaugh personally decided to give Jaxson Dart a 15-yard penalty to kind of send the message that was unacceptable. I mean, or camp fights, it's kind of common. Right. It happens. And maybe I'm crazy for asking this, but you tell me, you've been at practices, you've participated in them. Is it normal for a quarterback to lose his mind enough to throw a football at a cornerback's head like Jaxson Dart did?
Definitely not.
So Eli never did that?
No, he never did that.
Okay.
But I do feel like Jaxson Dart is an emotional human, and he gets lifted at some points, and sometimes that lifts the team. But it's also training camp. It's easy to get frustrated at training camp because they're long days, they're long practices, and he wants something to go a certain way. It doesn't, so he gets upset about it. And I think in time he'll learn he's got to be composed at all times because when you get derailed, then everybody gets derailed. And so it's just like a coach. When a coach gets derailed, everybody gets derailed. It's why it's so refreshing to have John Harbaugh, who addressed this after the practice.
Well, he addressed it by also giving him the 15-yard penalty, and then he made a comment. I was listening to his press conference this morning from yesterday. I'm always a day behind just because we're on usually during these. And he said that what he tells guys about camp fights is you could have a fight. I'm running the play clock.
Right.
Like it's going to run. So you better get it finished and get ready. Right. Otherwise, there's going to be a delay in game.
We're gonna have another play. And if this is a touchdown play, I don't want to kick a 50-yard extra point.
Right. That's for the 15-yard penalty put on Jaxson Dart. So I thought that was interesting. But it was I'd never heard that with a quarterback. Maybe it's more common and we're just used to certain demeanors of quarterbacks, like Daniel Jones and Eli Manning weren't exactly one to throw a football at a corner's head.
It's just very Baker Mayfield of him.
It did feel like Baker
Mayfield of it.
Because that's what Baker does.
Yeah, and now the way you're describing it, just so the audience knows, obviously he didn't kick back and throw a spiral. he got into the end zone and did like the flicking of the football in the guy's home. And picture Baker Mayfield. That is exactly a Baker Mayfield where everybody would go, we love this moxie, love this energy, but if it's costing you extra points, you're going to flip out and lose your mind about it.
So when you heard it, were you loving it, saying, oh, that's my quarterback?
Both sides of it. I love that the quarterback's having fire, but I also love that your fire needs to be taught into you on how to control it and not hurt the team. So I actually liked both ends of it. I like that he still has the fire, but I like that Harbaugh showed him that's not the place to do that, and this is why it can hurt a team. So it's kind of like, I hate sounding like, I guess I sound like McMonagle does with the Yankees, but that's the way I kind of feel about it.
You love everything that
I
happened?
loved both parts of
Well,
this.
it's a teaching moment.
Exactly. I like that Dart has the fire, but it allowed for a teaching moment for Harbaugh that I think leads to good things.
Look at you.
I know, I'm smiling.
Look at you. Everything's good. Everything's great.
For now.
You heard yourself from 7 years ago screaming like a lunatic about trading Beckham. Meanwhile, all these years later, good trade. You look back on it, you're like, hey, that worked out well for us. Steve in South Jersey. What's up, Steve?
Did it?
Hey, nice to talk with you guys again. Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on the Lombard family and how cool it is to see your son hit his first home run. My son did it in his first at bat in the major leagues, and it's amazing what the baseball guys do sometimes to have both their kids do it on the same night. You know, with the younger brother doing it against the Cardinals affiliate, no less, in the minor leagues, and then George doing it in the major leagues. It's just a cool experience, and it's not something you obviously never forget, but it's just the greatest thing in the world.
Damn, I fact-checked you. By the way, Steve's son is Davis Schneider, made the major leagues with the Blue Jays in 2023, and I'm looking at it in Boston. First major league game, hits a home run.
Were you there?
At Fenway Park, bro.
Steve, you were there?
Yes, we were there.
That's awesome.
Davis, let me just fill you in. Davis was a 28th round pick, 849th overall, so there were no cameras on us in Fenway Park.
right. That's funny.
So we don't have any of us, and I'll get into that in a sec, but we don't have any video of us going crazy. But just to talk about the baseball guys, Davis lost his older son, our son Steven, in 2020 in November. And Steven's favorite team was the Red Sox. My oldest daughter, Madeline, went to school at Emerson. And every weekend, family weekend, they always got the Red Sox out of town because every hotel room is taken up by parents going to see their kids at school.
Right.
So we can never get to Fenway on Parents' Weekend. So Davis gets called up. Where else? Fenway Park. So he hits that home run, and he set a major league record for that weekend. 9 hits, 5 RBIs, 2 home runs, tied Coker triplet from like the 1920s.
That's amazing.
Or something for his debut. And his second home run on Sunday, I have a picture of Davis in the on-deck circle. One of our friends took. The Blue Jays scored 4 runs in like the 4th inning, 2 in the 5th, and 5 in the 6th. Davis hit a home run, his second home run on the Lansdowne Street. It went 425 feet. Steven's birthday was April 25th.
Wow. That's crazy.
So that's how I feel so good for the Lombards because the baseball guys, the stars lined up for both them to, hit those home runs on the same night. And sometimes, they say, how can you not be romantic about baseball? And it's
right.
No,
it's true.
It's a great point.
That's awesome.
Thanks
for telling
Steve.
the story, Steve.
So again, his son Davis Schneider's played for the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm looking back at this game. It was in Boston, and it was his first major league at bat against the former Yankee James Paxton, and in his first major league at bat, hit a home run, which is kind of crazy.
That's great.
And he was there to see it at Fenway Park. So. Incredible stuff. And obviously the Lombard family was able to see that last night with George Lombard Jr.
And his brother.
And his brother,
Via
who
phone.
was drafted as a first-round pick of the Miami Marlins and made his professional debut, and you see what happened. We'll get back to more of your calls coming up, but we just took a little window seat in a Giant training camp, especially that wide receiver battle, and it's, of course, sponsored by Windorama's First Down Deals. Save up to 40% on new windows and doors. More football later, including an incredible Jets story told by Devontae Adams, and more of your baseball calls as well. 888-808-1019.
Circa Resort and Casino is offering $30 million in guaranteed prizes in their Circa Million and Circa Survivor contest. There's no rake in these contests, so all the entries, if they go above the guarantee, that money goes into the prize pool. Register at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada and play from anywhere. Here are the 3 ways you can win. Circa Million 6, which is $6 million in guaranteed prizes. It's $1,000 per entry. You pick 5 teams against the spread every week, and the winner takes home $1 million. Then Circa Survivor, $20 million guaranteed, $1,000 again per entry. Pick 1 team against the spread every week. You can only pick each team once per season. And then the granddaddy of them all, Circa Grandioso fortissimo, $100,000 entry fee. This is ultimate high-stakes survivor games. $4 million in guaranteed prizes to the winner or winners, because there can be multiple. Circa Resort and Casino giving you lots of ways to win money this football season. $30 million in guaranteed prizes. Sign up at Circa Sportsbook in Nevada and play from anywhere.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. If you are caught driving impaired, you face hefty fines, a suspended license, and possibly even jail time. Worse yet, you could cause a crash that would devastate someone's life or your own. Be responsible. Never drive drunk or high.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com. I applaud the audacity of Red Sox general manager Craig Breslow going forward at the trade deadline, trading for Orioles catcher Adley Rutschman. Some will say that Breslow gave up too much to get Rutschman. I say the Red Sox have been awesome, and this is honoring his team's recent performance. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Y'all know the number. 877-393-4448. Optimum fiber, so fast, so fine. Got another provider leaving behind. Come on, everybody, let's get online. $30 a month, gonna blow your mind. 5 whole years, don't hesitate. Lock it in now before it's too late. 877-393-4448. Terms apply. See optimum.com for details.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka, or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hey, Jersey pet lovers, Powerball's up to $786 million. How would you spoil your fur babies with that much cash? Pick up a ticket from any New Jersey lottery retailer.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash. We now live in the George Lombard Jr. universe, called up by the Yankees. A very successful Major League debut. Yankees are going to try to win their series tonight against the St. Louis Cardinals. The Mets are playing baseball, but no one's paying attention. In fact, the only thing coming out of Met games, and I will be your ears, I will do it for you, is what Keith Hernandez says. Because I tweeted last night, and I didn't offer any specifics, Keith Hernandez is having a Hall of Fame broadcast. And for those that watched, you know. And for those who didn't, you probably did research to figure out why. So, do you know what Keith pulled last night?
I do not. Tell me.
Let's start off with the opening part of the broadcast, right? The Mets are going on the air following the trade deadline. What do these games mean? Not really much. If you're a diehard fan, you're still watching. Gary Cohen is, of course, talking about all the moves that were made. Listen to what Keith Hernandez said. Again, this is the very beginning of last night's Mets broadcast.
So much has changed since we last saw you. A quarter of the Mets roster has been turned over. Players gone, 11 newcomers in the minor leagues now, and the Mets get to start the last part of their season with a very different look.
Well, they definitely shuffled, brought in the truck, and took out all the garbage, so to speak.
Wow.
He called the players that they traded, all pretty good, by the way, garbage. Now, I want you to hear the extended cut of this, because you're going to hear him call him garbage again, and you will hear that clearly got to Keith Hernandez's head, because it screwed up everything else he went on to say in this opening statement of the Met game. Take a listen.
Definitely shuffled, brought in the truck, and took out all the garbage, so to speak. But this is a turnaround for this club. It's a new phase of the Mets broadcast, not the broadcast, but a new phase of this Mets season and Met future. Obviously, Plan A did not work out. It's got a lot of young players here. It's a look to the future.
Like it or not, the broadcast is staying the same.
You could tell Keith was completely rattled. Right. Now, this happens. It's the opening part of the broadcast, which I have to admit, usually I skip because I'm behind on DVR. The game is now about to start. So it's about 8 minutes later. And Keith Hernandez says, I need to address this garbage thing.
And can I say something?
You have a microphone. That means you can say whatever you want.
In that open, when I said, got out the garbage, that's a poor choice of word, folks. I don't want these guys beating me up. They got rid of some very, very good players.
Well, including half of their terrific bullpen. Cantillo's first pitch misses low to A.J. Ewing, and we're underway.
I can't believe that word came out of my mouth, so my apologies.
Hey, at least he walked it back.
Do you think someone got to him, or do you think he knew?
I think he knew.
I think he knew, too.
Because you start thinking about, Luke Weaver's not garbage.
None of them were garbage.
Right. A.J. Minter's not garbage, even though I hadn't pitched a ton. Right. Brooks Raley's not garbage.
They actually kept the garbage, Keith. I'm not going to name any names. Luis Robert Jr. But, and look,
he's the
truthfully,
fourth outfielder. He serves a purpose.
And jokes aside, no one's garbage. You make the major leagues, you're not garbage.
No, you're right.
So Keith walked
He's frustrated like every other Met fan.
I think he was just... I don't even know if he was frustrated. I think he was just confused.
No. When he said it, not when he walked it back.
Oh, you think when he said it he was?
He's just frustrated.
I think he was just ill-prepared to do a broadcast. I didn't know what to say. But that wasn't it, Tiki. That wasn't the...
But there's nothing that David Stearns, this Mets organization, could have done to salvage this season.
Oh, well, I mean, they could have tried to fire the manager earlier, but I don't know if that would have made a difference to your point.
Now.
Oh, no, it's over.
Yeah.
It's been over for months. Now, if you think that was the last thing that Keith Hernandez said, you would be mistaken.
Because it's Keith Hernandez.
I'm going to take you to later on in the game in which Keith Hernandez made an observation that Gary Cohen is glad he couldn't elaborate on.
Do you remember the old logo for back in the 50s and early 60s of the Milwaukee Braves with the screaming Indian?
Right.
That was a great logo.
Well, some people might not think so. Semien with the toss to Lindor and on to first for the 4-6-3 double play, which saves us from that awkward conversation.
Oh, it's not awkward at all.
After 4, Mets 5, Guardians 1.
It's good conversation.
And then commercial hits. The best part of that is that if there was no double play, Keith Hernandez was ready to freaking go.
Yeah, he was going to keep talking about it.
He was going to get into PC police, cancel. It was going down, ladies and gentlemen, with Gary Cohen. And it was going to be awkward, and it was going to be awesome. And Keith gave you a hint that if that commercial didn't come, and then, of course, Gelbs had to have some stupid report when he came back from the break, they couldn't re-enter the debate.
Yeah, Keith was like, it's not awkward at all. What are you talking about? Let's have it.
Let's talk.
What else are we talking about? I didn't know they were winning the game, so.
I'm just telling you, I know that the Mets aren't playing for much unless you're a geeky fan like myself, but I will continue to have my ears open because this is not the last time something awesome will come out of the Keith Hernandez-led Mets broadcast.
No, you're definitely right about that. The good thing is Sean Manaea pitched well again.
Are you breaking down the game now, Shane?
I mean, he pitched well. It's been multiple in a row now.
He did put 100 guys on base, but he battled through it. The Mets won. Luis Torrens had a great game, and they won a meaningless game.
Another quality start for him.
That is true. Unfortunately, they're all meaningless games from here on out. Let's get back to your calls. 888-808-1019. I knew this was coming. I knew this was inevitable. So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and do it. Mike in Point Pleasant. What's up, Mike?
Hi, Evan, Tiki. Okay, before I get my main point that's on the screen, I just want to tell you guys why Cashman didn't get a catcher.
Go ahead.
And that's because he showed up in sweats to spring training. He would have showed up in a...
Great point.
That's a great callback. Good job by you.
Nice.
Also, you want to know, you asked Tiki if Eli ever threw a football at a cornerback's head.
No, never.
All you got to do is you got to check out first if the quarterback ever had a touchdown celebration. And then you'll know automatically if he ever got mad enough to throw a football at someone's head.
Right, because if
he even ever smiled when he.
Mike, because if you're emotional on the positive side, you're gonna be emotional on the negative side.
Fair point.
Well, that's why I don't even know why Evan asked you the question. Look after he threw a touchdown.
That's true.
Fair enough.
And thirdly, who's gonna be better, A.J. Ewing or George Lombard?
Yeah. I knew this was coming. Inevitably, as Met and Yankee fans, we always like to compare ourselves. It's like pulling our pants down and saying, who's bigger?
Let's start on the defensive side.
Well, they're different. One's a center fielder, the other one's a shortstop.
Okay, but relative to their position, I think it's going to be Lombard.
How do you even compare that, though?
Just because he looked like a seasoned major leaguer.
Okay, you're pushing my buttons. Have you seen A.J. Ewing play center field?
Yeah, he played right field. Didn't he have a
Well, they're moving him all over the place because they're servicing Luis Robert Jr.
He had to put out at home, right, from right field.
No, Carson Bench
made
the great throw. The defense is tough because you're talking about a center fielder and a shortstop. I think it's one of those overall who's going to have a better career. I mean, but what's your answer? You're going to be a shill and just say George Lombard Jr. because he happens to wear pinstripes? You could do that if you want. I mean, you could. I know Sean's going to do that.
I'm going to reserve judgment because I don't know where A.J. Ewing's going to fully land.
Position-wise, you mean?
Yeah. If he's a center fielder and has to cover all, because he might play center, he might play left.
I think he's going to be the center fielder, but you are right. He does have position versatility where he could end up at another position.
But if he's playing center field, he's covering a lot of ground. And if he's solid out there, Gold Glove level, then that's invaluable. But George Lombard looks like he's already a Gold Glover. Now, he's only played one game.
One game.
I understand that.
Boy, you guys are something else, man.
But, Evan, we just talked about this.
I know, it was impressive. I'm not knocking him.
You can rewind 2 hours on the free Odyssey.
I'm not knocking him.
But every play looked routine.
Okay,
and they weren't
center.
routine.
He's looked good in center?
Of course he has.
Sean, just get it out of the way and wax poetic how Lombard will be much better than Ewing.
I'm going to say Lombard.
Of course you are.
I'm going to give you, before I even saw Lombard play, I've said this, what I think Ewing reminds me of, and now I know what Lombard reminds me of. So I'd ask you, Evan, who would you rather have had on your team for 10 years, Alex Rodriguez or Torrey Hunter?
I mean, that's a dumb question.
It's not a dumb question.
Of course I'd rather have A-Rod.
Does that mean Torrey Hunter sucks?
No, not at all.
So I think that's the comparison.
They're very different players.
They're very different, and I think they'll both be really, really good. I'd prefer Lombard. We'll see where the chips fall. Just like some preferred Conforto over Judge, some preferred Ray Ordonez over Jeter.
Right, and
some preferred McLean over Schlitter. We've been there. We've been there. We've seen it.
Who develops players better?
The best part is probably going back and listening to the actual Met-Yankee arguments we once had, and some of them just become so obvious, like Jacob deGrom against Luis Severino.
I omitted that one, but yes.
Of course you omitted that one, but he's actually right, Tiki. There were Met fans arguing Conforto over Judge.
Oh, really?
That did happen, yeah.
To this day, my father doesn't talk to a neighbor that got into an explosive fight over a barbecue over who was better, Ordonez or Jeter. The guy was arguing Ordonez.
There's no way.
Burgers were flying.
I lived it at the height of the Met-Yankee feud. There's no way, as a sane Met fan, you really could have argued Ray Ordonez over Derek Jeter.
Go back to the summer of '97 and think if people were having that argument.
Yeah, because Jeter's still young.
Yep.
He's coming on.
Oh, yep.
I guess, man.
Yeah. You know who I'm going to take? The bigger player.
That's true. And Lombard is the bigger player.
Yeah.
By the way, the Schlittler-McLean thing is just on hiatus. It's not dead forever.
Well, Evan.
The numbers are starting to come back closer. Okay. They are.
I mean, let's be fair. He went through it a little bit, Nolan McLean.
And he's responded.
And you give him credit for that because I guess Schlittler has gone through that a little bit.
Well, here's what I'll say about Schlittler, because he's gone good start, bad start, so he's just been a little bit inconsistent. His last start, and you can save the audio and quote me on this, I'm just going to be honest with you. And I didn't really get a chance to say it on the air. I think we were talking so much about the trade deadline. I was actually deeply concerned about Schlittler's performance the other day. And I'll tell you exactly why. When he had his control issues early in that game, he looked awkward. His body language was bad. It felt as if he was hurt. Now, he's not hurt, right?
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything. It's been 2 days. He's scheduled to make his next start. And Cam Schlittler can very well shove and shut me up the way he shut Jared Carrabis up. I'm just being honest. And I don't know if you felt that way, Sean or Tiki, but his struggles felt awkward in his last start against St. Louis because he looked as if something was off. And I think if he has another bad start, he's facing the Braves over the weekend, I think that'll build. I think more people will say, uh-oh, is everything okay? Is it the innings? Is he healthy? But that struggle that he had against St. Louis the other night, I will admit, was a little bit concerning.
Yeah, the last one he had was back in June 19th against the Dodgers, where he gave up 3 runs. And it wasn't bad. He stabilized it a little bit. But the very next game, he's 7 in the third, and 12 strikeouts.
That was the start I was going to point to.
And so now you need to look at his next start. You're right.
I agree. Let's see what he does.
See what he looks at. Because we already know this about Cam Schlittler because of the chip he wears on his shoulder all the time. And sometimes it's generated by the other team. Like he hates the Red Sox or he hates whatever. Or he gets aggrieved by something somebody says. I think in this case, he's mad at himself. And so how he responds.
And that was the body language?
Well, yeah. Well, so I think in his next start, we'll see if that translates into him. The chip is himself. It's not someone else saying something or a team he grew up loving as a kid, it's going to be, I was bad. How can I respond?
Yeah, there are two things that chip on your shoulders and having a great attitude can't save you from. Number one is health, and hopefully he's healthy. All the indications are he is.
Yeah.
And number two, he is throwing an amount of innings that is going to surpass any year of his career. And you can be as tough as you can. Sometimes you can't just beat that. You can't just beat wearing down, which is a real possibility, which is something the Yankees have to think about as the season rolls on, especially if you want him at his best in the postseason. I hope for his sake he dominates the Braves on Friday night. I think is his next start Friday or Saturday.
No, his next start is Sunday.
Sunday. Well, he started Monday.
But they have an off day
Tuesday,
Thursday.
Wednesday,
They're not
Thursday,
going to move the 3 guys back.
Fair enough. So he'll start Sunday against Atlanta.
It says Saturday. I'm looking at.
So they're going to give Cole an extra day.
Yeah.
What you're looking at may not be official.
Right.
So it'll
It's
be
not.
Saturday
This
or
is-
Sunday.
This is just speculative.
Should be Fried, Cole, Schlittler should be the order.
No, it is Sunday. You're right. You're right.
We'll see if he bounces back. It was the only time this year, because I didn't feel that way in the Dodger game. It was the one time this year where I was like, something feels a little bit off. Max in Connecticut. Hey, Max.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm a big fan of you guys. And, Tiki, I just want to say real quick before I get into my question, you actually met my dad one time at a restaurant, and I appreciate you taking a picture with him. It was in Connecticut.
Pleasure. My pleasure, dude.
Yeah. So anyways, my question is, now that, like, George Lombard is brought up, and, like, it's kind of giving me false hope, because us Yankee fans, we get false hope every year. Do you think we can actually make a run in these playoffs once we get Judge back, once we get Cody back, if Judge comes back?
Well,
yeah, that's my question.
So much of it, Max, is going to be, those are humongous ifs. And if Judge comes back, maybe they score more than 2 or 3 runs a game. If Cody Bellinger comes back, maybe you have more than 5 hits in a game. And so the big ifs are going to determine that. Now, if what you're saying is right, let's just assume they all come back. Can they make? Of course they can.
They can make a run
even
without
now they can make
any
a run.
of them
Right.
coming back.
But it feels more like it's a certainty as opposed to a question mark.
Well,
Right now it's a question mark.
You make yourself a better team, obviously.
Yeah.
You make your lineup more imposing, but right now they're pitching in a short series and having a dominant closer, which is the way David Bednar has pitched since he had that little issue in the middle of May. They can beat anybody. Can they go on a run? Of course they can.
Yeah. The answer is yes.
Yes. With health, without health, they can go on a run because of their pitching. Their pitching is very unique.
But they do, as we did start the show also with, they got to score more than 1 or 2 runs a game.
Well,
you're not going to keep winning 2-run games.
I mean, you can.
You
it's
can,
just you have
but
a very small
it's just
margin.
Unlikely.
It's tough
think
to
about it,
do.
once you get in the postseason, you're playing the better teams.
I understand.
And so I'm not saying that Cam Schlittler or Garrett Cole or Max Fried or any of these guys that are tasked with the being on the mound are going to be exceptional, but they're going to give up some hits, right? They might give up some runs, so you got to be able to combat it.
Let's go to Chris in Homedale. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Evan. Hey, Tiki. How are you guys?
Good, man.
Good, man. I just have a question and a point, really, if I may. So my question, Lombard coming up, looking electric yesterday, turning that double play, hitting his first home run. Is this now the end of Volpe? I know, like, Boone, Cashman have given Volpe so much wiggle room to work with.
Yeah.
But is this now the end? Have we seen the last of Volpe?
We had this a little bit yesterday. I think as a shortstop, probably. As a utility player, maybe a second baseman, maybe not. And that's likely a conversation for this offseason going into next year, and see what Brian Cashman decides to do with Anthony Volpe. But the question I think we need to ask is, if Brian Cashman wanted to move him, give him, as we talked about yesterday, a fresh start someplace else, how valuable is he?
Yeah, average, subpar.
Right. And so,
like, I don't think he's got dead value, but look at Marcelo Meyer, who the Red Sox had as a first-round pick from 2021. He was a top prospect. He was a top 100 prospect till last year. His value dropped off. He never performed. They traded him for a reliever.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably in the neighborhood of what Volpe's value would be. You get a reliever back.
Right.
I mean, it's valuable.
Of course.
I'm not shortchanging it, but I think he's going to be on the team next year. I think he's going to the minor leagues to learn all their positions, and next year the Yankees are going to have question at second base because Jazz Chisholm isn't going to be re-signed. So is it Luis Garcia, who can play the position, though he hasn't played it this season? Is it Anthony Volpe? I think it will be. I think Volpe will be a part of the mix. He will be a bench piece for the New York Yankees in 2027.
And this Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. We remember the late, great John Sterling. And man, did I think of him last night when George Lombard Jr. hit his massive home run. So this Fan Focus, we're taking it to the John Sterling machine, so to speak.
You're bringing back the Sterling machine.
We're bringing back the Sterling machine, and I'm here to give you not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 potential John Sterling calls on what would have been George Lombard's homer. We'll have you guys listen to them. Here we go.
It is gone. It's a Lombard trophy. He put that ball in the rest stop.
Nice. There you go.
Okay. Because of the Vince Lombardi
rest stop, yes.
All right.
Clever John.
Oh, what a shot. George in the jungle, the concrete jungle. And the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
Hat tip to Yankee Stadium being referred to in the Bronx as the concrete
Very
jungle.
nice.
Here we go.
Oh, Curious George, this is bananas. And the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
All right.
And last but not least, I did this from the pool, but let's hear how John Sterling would have done this.
It is gone. It's a George Lombard Jr. mint, as sweet as candy. And the Yankees take a 2-0 lead.
You brought back the as sweet as candy.
Yeah, it's a hat tip to the Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu, that's right. Oh, come on, do say.
If you want to hear Sean, just follow him on Instagram or Twitter. I guess you put it out there as well. I saw it on Instagram last night. Sean from his pool.
Sean was incredibly entertaining on social media last night because, one, he's putting a video out from his pool, which is he's known to do. And the other thing was, he got into a massive social media fight with our dear friend Chris Big Mac McMonagle. And I think I'm fair about this because I love Big Mac and I love you. It was a slaughter. Like, I thought that... Suck it! No, I thought Sean beat his ass. Because Big Mac tried to pull the Sean shtick of... Remember how Sean would say, this reminds me of 94 with the Rangers? So Big Mac tried to do that with Lombard and Jeter and 96 and how everything's the same. And apparently he screwed up Jeter's debut because Jeter's debut wasn't opening day in 96. It was back in the middle of the 95 season.
Yes.
And Sean went after him about it. And I thought made Big Mac look dumb.
It was to the point I actually felt bad for Big Mac because like any Yankee fan following that, when you want to listen to Go Get Him, you look at Big Mac as your Yankee guy. And his reputation got tarnished a little bit last night, and then I felt guilty about it because I'm like, that's not fair to Big, because I know he's a good Yankee. Look, he made a horrible mistake, and he shouldn't have to pay for that. But in real time, it was a really rough night for Chris McMonagle. It makes you realize he doesn't watch as many games you think sometimes. Maybe 95, he's asleep at the wheel. That's not my fault, though.
I am on a mission, and I hope Big Mac hears this, because if he doesn't, I'll tell him myself. I'm on a mission to catch Sean Morash on a Giants mistake, and so Big Mac could get payback with your number one team.
On. You didn't help me identify this. In fact, you were the only reason I saw this tweet because you responded to Chris with something else.
I responded to Chris with, you're stealing Morash's shtick of trying to bring everything back to 94.
So I'm in the pool. I see this on my timeline. I'm like, oh, what did he say? And as soon as I read the tweet, I go, well, he doesn't even have Jeter's debut right.
Right.
He doesn't even have the year right. You can't just change. And then Big Mac did the, but you know what? No, but I meant, you know what I meant. No, I didn't know what you meant. I think you forgot he played 15 games in 1995.
Blowing and sucking.
All right, good job. I mean, I thought you beat him up.
It's, listen.
Well
this
done.
is
Well
whatever.
done, Sean.
What are you
Well
going to do,
done.
man?
Well
Chris,
done.
go get him.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
You should listen to it, the Go Get 'Em podcast, wherever you download your podcast. Sean's got a Cinco de Luncho coming up in a few. More of your calls, plus Devontae Adams tells us a story from his Jet days that was very, very fascinating. Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash.
If you haven't checked out Collars & Co. yet, now is the time. They're the makers of the original dress collar polo that's truly changed the game. And now they've opened their first ever store right here in Manhattan on the Upper West Side. Whether you're looking for sharp shirts, everyday style, or their new Maverick Performance Blazer, you'll find clothes that look great and feel even better. Stop by their new boutique at 182 Columbus Avenue or shop online at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki. Save 20% off your first order. That's at collarsandco.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit FlushingBank.com today. Member FDIC.
The Yankees play ball with the Cards. 7:05 tonight.
Breaking ball swung on and a high fly ball. Deep left field.
going back, gone! A home run for George Lombard Jr. And the parents are going nuts, and so's everybody in the ballpark.
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And that's not always an easy thing for me to achieve. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. Call CertaPro Painters today and get a no-nonsense free estimate on a professional job that you'll be happy with for years to come.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an odds boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB odds boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
Tune in to Odyssey Mets Radio on 880 AM. Brought to you by the #1 Westbury Toyota construction sale.
It's August. The dog days of summer are here.
I wonder how Nielsen Dodge can make it better.
Have a Dog Days of Summer savings event.
That's a doggone great idea.
Now that's a good girl.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4. Just $289 a month. Yes, just $289 a month.
There's always 0 down payment available.
The credit help you need.
More savings with your trade-in.
And of course, great deals.
Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge,
Fun is in the driver's seat.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
Make this the summer event. With approval, term 36 months, due at sign, $69.82 at tax tag and DMV fees. See dealer for details.
Most tire dealers will sell Bridgestone tires, but Town Fair Tire sells Bridgestone tires for an unbeatable combination of the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life. Town Fair is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. So when you're in the market for a new set of Bridgestone tires, get to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Let me tell you the best part about paying for a year of phone service up front. It's not even the savings. And the savings are real. It's that you're done. One payment. You don't think about it until next summer. No monthly bill, no auto pay sneaking around on you. That's what Red Pocket Mobile's doing with their summer savings event. Pick an annual plan, forget the bill for a year, and even get up to 4 months free. Do it while the sale is on. Visit redpocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The New York Giants are getting ready for a new season. What are your expectations for Big Blue? Join the conversation at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Let me try to put an end to this, because Judge Tiki is always the fairest person. This Chris McMonagle-Sean Morash fight that they had last night. All right, so Big Mac's tweet was this. I'm going to read it to you verbatim, mind open, Tiki. Derek Jeter's first game as the Yankees starting shortstop, opening day in 96, had the over-the-shoulder catch and a home run. Lombard's first game as the Yankees starting shortstop, wearing 96, slick double play and a home run. Can't be a coincidence. Sean and many others attacked Big Mac, saying Derek Jeter, that was not his first game. Big Mac's response was, I didn't say debut. I said his first game as the official Yankee shortstop. I made that clear. And a lot of people besides Sean are arguing with him. You said first game as the Yankee starting shortstop. That is incorrect. Now, what Big Mac has in his advantage is someone asked Grok, is Big Mac right? And Grok sided with Big Mac. Really? And said Chris is correct. I mean, Jeter's first game as the Yankees' everyday starting shortstop was opening day 1996. And I guess this guy, Tommy on Twitter, Tommy's nitpick doesn't hold. So Grok was getting very specific.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we're also talking about the company that just had a satellite crash into the moon.
That is a fair point.
I'm going to let Tiki defend, but I feel like he has to hear my rebuttal to that.
Okay, that was Big Mac's tweet. That was under question. Sean's rebuttal was?
My rebuttal was this. Just hours earlier, with Big Mac, Brian Cashman himself openly admitted, we'll see what happens with Lombard, whether he struggles or whether, he takes the job and never lets go of it for a few years. Opening up the door that, of course, like Jeter in 95, who struggled and was sent down, this may not be the continuous start of the era for George Lombard. We don't know that yet. And the reason that he can make that comparison between Jeter and Lombard is because he is conveniently leaving out Jeter's real debut, which led to him being sent down and not having a stranglehold on it immediately.
Jeter did play in 95. He wasn't the everyday shortstop, which is Big Mac's point. But Sean's rebuttal is, Lombard isn't either. He's just the shortstop for now. We'll see if he can grab it. So, Judge Tiki, who was right?
Sean is right, because Jeter came up in May of 1995, and then he played essentially for 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks. They gave him a chance.
Yeah, 13 games he played. He was sent down after their game in June 11th, and then he came back, obviously, at the end of the season in September. And so he for a period of time, he was the everyday shortstop. So Sean's right.
And I went with my father in 1995 and watched Derek Jeter start a game at shortstop. And I sat there with my dad, and I forget him saying, "This is the next big thing, Sean." He sat me there as a young kid, and we watched him, and he wasn't impressive or whatever. I mean, how many people went last night with George Lombard, and if he got sent down in 2 weeks because he struggled, we'd look back and go, I still saw him early. You're going to take away me seeing Jeter in 95 because it didn't fit your narrative?
Touche.
Yeah, Jeter's first game as a Yankee, he was 0 for 5.
Well, there you go. Judge Tiki has spoken. So Big Mac, stop angrily texting me. Start texting Tiki. He's the one who made the decision. We can all move on. But before we do, feed us, Sean Morash.
Sean Morash in the booth. Somebody hide the queso. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Loncho. Brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Boy, did I find myself in a rabbit hole last night in between absolutely trouncing Chris McMonagle on Twitter. And that was simply, this looks awkward. George Lombard's wearing 96, but if he's really good, can he ever change his number? And it got me thinking, who are the greatest number 96s in New York sports history?
Oh, my God.
And I went through every one of the
That is a
teams.
rabbit hole.
That's a deep one. There's a lot of teams.
And this is probably the most researched and concrete nut 5 list. I think it's going to be hard to poke holes.
So we're not going to get angry phone calls saying you disrespected this team or that team. You got everybody.
Everybody.
All right, let's hear it.
Triple checked.
Here we go! Number 5.
Number 5 is Jack Roslovic for 3 months with the 2024 Rangers. He was their big deadline acquisition. Kind of disappointed, but had a couple goals. That was a team that made the conference finals. He's the best 96 in Rangers history. That's how barren it is.
Oh, my God.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Timo Meier of the 2023 Devils. Again, a trade deadline acquisition that, he eventually leaves. It didn't necessarily pan out, but the Devils did make the second round that year, and Timo Meier, a big part of it. He's the greatest 96 in Devils history.
Okay. Number 3.
Number 3 is Barry Cofield, who won a Super Bowl with the Giants 2006 to 2010, was a starting D-tackle in the 2007 Super Bowl champs. Barry Cofield is the greatest 96 in Giants history.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the greatest 96 in Jets history, and that would be Muhammad Wilkerson, who wore the number from 2011 to 2017. And again, the greatest 96 in Jets history, which leaves us with number 1.
Number 1.
After one day, George Lombard Jr. is the greatest 96 in New York sports history, especially for the New York Yankees, who previous to this, the greatest 96 in Yankee history was Giovanni Cruz for the 4 times we saw him this year. That is your top 5 greatest 96s in New York sports history. It is such an awkward number that is not worn enough by greats in this town.
No Nets?
No Nets. I looked the Mets up. The Mets have never had a 96.
That's what I'm telling you.
And when you look at Jets history,
No Islanders?
Well, you had one. Didn't you have one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, there was no Islander?
No. And whatever, if there was an Islander, it's somebody you would have never heard of.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jet history, and a bunch of guys have worn it.
Henry Anderson? I mean, what are you talking about?
But it's clearly Muhammad Wilkerson, who was a good Jet until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Joe and I fought for his contract extension. He got it and then got fat. And that was it. And it was the end of Muhammad Wilkerson.
Sometimes you get paid and you get comfy.
I have news for you, though, Sean.
Okay.
So when he took 96, I heard that he was wearing 96. And the first thing I did is I need to find out why. I need to get the reasoning. And George Lombard Jr. answered the question. I don't know if you guys saw this.
Oh, I saw it.
It was left from me.
Yeah.
He did not pick it. There was no magic here. That was the number that was left for him, which leads me to believe he can change it at any moment.
Whoa.
It would not surprise me if we're looking at a new uniform this week or this weekend, because now he's got a chance to think about what he wants to wear for the next potential decade and a half.
But do they ask? Because, for instance, I got 21. I didn't ask for it. It was left for me. It happened to be my college number, and I think I was just fortunate. I'm forgetting now the cornerback who had it before I did, but he just happened to leave the team. So it was available, and they're like, oh, okay, you were 21 in college, you'd get 21 here in the NFL, simply because it's available.
I think in baseball you get a choice. I think of Anthony Volpe, who wore some kind of crazy number in spring training, and when he made the team, he wore number 11, and we were all talking, oh, did he call Brett Gardner? And apparently he did. Like, he called Brett Gardner and said, can I wear number 11? So I do believe that you have some kind of choice in this. I think because it's mid-season and it's happening in the midst of a season, it was probably, let's just get him a uniform. So if I had to guess, I don't think he's sticking with 96. I think 96 is going to be the answer to the trivia question of what he wore when he was first called up.
Here's what complicates it. I think he's going to stick with it for the rest of the year. And if he has a monster postseason, let's just say the Yankees, in spite of Brian Cashman, go win a World Series this year. It is going to be awkward then to change your number after. He probably still will, but that's rare in baseball. To have a guy have heroic moments and a number change it, it's very common in football. Here's what's going to happen, though, next year. We'll see what happens with Anthony Volpe. Maybe 11's available. Trent Grisham's probably gone. 12 is probably the number.
It's a good number.
Jazz gone. 13 is
good
probably
number.
a number. He will be somewhere in that high, early teens, whatever number range.
Because he can't go below that.
But he may have great moments in 96 first, which is something that rarely happens in baseball. So I find the whole thing interesting. Maybe nobody cares, but if you want to get your kid a George Lombard jersey and he becomes the crazy out of town the next 2 weeks, it kind of sucks to do it because he'll never wear that number.
Well, it'll be retro. It'll be cool to have.
Because it's like a Victor Cruz number 3 jersey from the preseason.
Yeah, there's a few of those. So my guess is he's going to change it by the weekend. He's going to have a new number by the weekend.
That early?
Yeah, because when I heard the number, I was like,
do you hate it?
I don't hate it.
It's in football, sometimes it just looks like a number just looks bad on you. Like it's too skinny or too big for you.
I think it's weird in baseball to have 96, but the Yankees are very different. So if this was the Mets, I would say, yeah, I don't like it. Here's why I don't mind it with the Yankees. Because the Yankees don't have their names on the back. And sometimes you need a special distinction to know who we're referring to.
Right.
What's that 25 for? Is that Jason Giambi? Is that Mark Teixeira? Is that Gleyber Torres? Like, if you're 96, it is so uniquely going to be him. And so for the Yankees, I don't mind it as much because you almost need that without the names on the back.
Yeah.
But if this was the Mets, I would not like it. If you're asking me. I think it's different, though. But my prediction is he will change that number by the weekend.
How about we rip 33 off Ryan Yarborough's back and give him the double Babe Ruth?
How about that? You know what I was thinking about? Similar, but not quite there. Let's say he wants to wear 5. For some reason, I think he wore 5 in the minor leagues, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe the first step. He wore 2 and 3 in AA, AAA.
Okay, he wore 2 and 3. Perfect. Let's say he says, you know what? I really want to be number 2. Why not wear 222? Why not ask the Yankees, I want to go triple digits? Is there a rule against it?
I don't know.
I don't think there's a rule against it.
That feels like it would be so skinny, meaning the numbers individual, because it's 3
It would look
numbers.
weird?
It would just look weird.
But there's no rule saying you can't.
No.
So why not?
I actually just thought of another one he could pick. Why doesn't he just take Marcus Stroman's number 0?
He could go number 0. I didn't like that with the Yankees.
The number 0?
It didn't do
looked
it
weird.
for me. No, it's not even that. It's that they are so infamous for retiring numbers. All the single digits are gone. To see any Yankee wearing a single digit number, I just don't. It rubs me the wrong way. No matter who it is. It's nothing against Stroman. It's nothing against Lombard. It's just, it wouldn't feel right. Let's go to Peter in Staten Island. Hey, Peter.
Hey, what's up, Tiki, Evan, Sean? How are you guys doing?
All's well, man.
Good. What's up?
Good. So I know you guys have been doing a lot of baseball after the trade, but I kind of just want to go to a different subject, if you don't mind. I think you guys would actually like this.
Yes.
So long story short, my neighborhood boys and I, we have a 12-man fantasy football league, right? And so about 4 or 5 years ago, we came up with the idea we want to go visit at least one football stadium every single year to just sort of keep us together at least once a year. We kind of have no choice but to go. So we thought it'd be a cool idea this year if you guys would pick one of the 3 football stadiums that we've narrowed it down to.
Ooh.
So all of my friends right now, they're all listening. So you guys are going to let us know right now which of the 3 stadiums you guys think we should go.
Who are you fans of? Is it everybody?
So they're majority Giant fans, Jet fans. We got a couple of 49er fans. We have a Texans fan. We got a Cowboys fan. So a very diverse group.
All right, what are the choices? I'm very excited about this game.
Okay, perfect. So the first city and stadium would be AT&T Stadium in Dallas. The second one would be Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
And now the third one is sort of like a 2-for-1. We want to go down to Florida, and because there are 3 football teams, we want to at least bang out 2 out of the 3 stadiums. We did it in Los Angeles and what's the other one? San Francisco. And so now we were looking to do Tampa Bay and Miami.
All right, neither one of them are any good. So
the stadiums or the teams?
Well, no. Hard Rock.
cities.
Hard Rock is just weird.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, they redid it a million times.
Yeah, but it's so I don't love Hard Rock. And Tampa's is cool because it's like the ship is there. You get to see the atmosphere around the ship. I would honestly, if you haven't been to AT&T, go to AT&T.
See, I disagree with you. I thought there was an obvious answer in there.
Go ahead.
Nissan, Tennessee. I'll tell you why. You want to know why? I'll give you some reasons.
Go ahead.
Number one, the city's awesome. So I'm factoring that in.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just talking about the stadium feel experience. And I don't think there's anything necessarily memorable about Nissan Stadium.
Well, there's two things that you're leaving out that I think will convince you to come to my side.
Go ahead.
And one of them you can't argue. One of the reasons you go to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, they're tearing it down in a couple of years.
Yeah,
they're getting a new stadium. Your only chance to see that stadium is to go.
But is it a stadium in need to see? It's not
I'm
like
not saying
they're tearing down Lambeau.
Teak, I'm not saying you need to see it. I'm saying you won't ever get to see it. Dallas ain't going anywhere.
Okay, but it's not. What's to see about it?
It's just, it doesn't exist in 3 years. What do you mean?
But
What is
there's
there to
nothing
see?
special about it. It's not an iconic NFL stadium.
We think very differently. Even if it's not iconic.
I'm thinking of iconic stadium.
Yeah, but you're going to get a chance to see an iconic stadium on a later travel date. Like, these guys are going on a trip. They're probably going to do it next year, the year after that.
I'm just saying you could miss going to Nissan and live your life and say, yeah, I
No,
never
you
went to that
can't.
stadium. Yeah, you can.
You're never going to see it. It's going to be gone. You don't have a time machine.
I just don't think it's special.
Oh, I disagree with you.
There's no history there.
Well, first of all, it's not about the history. It's
It
about
is
the
about
fact
the
that
history. Isn't that why you go to stadiums?
What the hell's the history at Dallas? It's a big, giant creation of Jerry Jones.
Yeah,
WrestleMania?
and
You
it's-
want to get nuts
and
about
it's-
that?
And it's pretty damn cool stadium.
Yeah, but you just said history. What's the history that get nuts about? Eli writing on the wall?
What's
What's the history?
First of all, it's the Cowboys.
All the NFC Championship games they've played
That's
in?
where Saquon got drafted.
Stop it.
It's got a massive scoreboard. It's just a cool stadium to go see.
And it'll be there in 15 years, Teak.
It doesn't matter. 15 years it'll be old. So I'm just talking. If you're going to go to one, you got to go someplace that it's unique. Like if you went to whatever it's called out in Seattle now, it used to be CenturyLink. I think what is it now?
Northwest,
Whatever,
I don't know.
something like that.
I call it Quest Field, but that's just me.
Right. I think it
was
might
the
still
first
be.
name.
It might still be Quest Field.
No, it's not. That was like 5
the
names
field,
ago.
The stadium might be different.
Oh, CenturyLink at Quest
Wait,
Field?
is it Lumen?
Lumen. That's correct.
Stupid name.
Yeah, it is a stupid name, but it's a cool stadium.
Yeah, yeah.
So I just don't know what's cool about Tennessee Stadium.
Here's what's great. Those guys heard our opinions. We differed.
Sean?
So I have been to all of these. The answer is Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
The answer, it's just
you're
an
ignoring everything I
mean,
just
you
said?
walk in there and there's like a truck.
Yeah,
it's just cool.
Evan, you're right. Like I understand what you're saying. Usually for nostalgia purposes like that. The truth is, in 2 years, you're gonna have a new stadium. You're gonna get the Nashville trip, and you're never gonna care that you saw that first one.
Yeah.
So to me, and look, some of these guys could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Would you rather get hit by a bus knowing you went to Nissan Stadium and never experiencing Jerry World?
See, I'm playing the long game. But you know what's great? Those guys will call back once they officially announce their trip, and we'll find out who won out. Was it Tiki and Sean, or was it me? I have a prediction. You're going to win out.
Okay.
But
Well, now, this is
we'll
what I
see.
tell you. If we've won out also, do not stay in the city of Dallas. There's nothing going on there for a
Well,
group
then
of two.
you're making my point.
No.
But we're talking stadium only.
Stadium only. No,
you have to factor everything in.
There is something in Dallas. You can see the George Bush Presidential Library.
I
it's
went
on
to
the
it.
campus of SMU.
Awesome lot. One of my favorite presidential libraries.
Agreed.
Actually, it is. I haven't been to Obama's yet, but he's going to have to prove it for it to be as good as Bush's.
But this is the point. You could get a similar Nashville feel in terms of like the honky tonks and everything in Fort Worth, which is an equal distance to the stadium in Dallas. Stay in Fort Worth. Have a party with your boys. Don't stay in Dallas. There's nothing going on the weekend.
No, let's see what these guys do. Let's see if they listen to me or they listen to you guys. Let's go to Lorenzo in Queens. Hey, Lorenzo.
Hey, man. Evan, Tiki, and definitely Sean. This call goes out to Sean. About Beckham, I got two quick takes on the Giants' tenure, if you allow me. Number one, judgment was atrocious, highlighted by the boat trip. You sneak into the postseason, so you celebrate with the boat trip. That's pretty weak. But worst of all, you never heard of climatizing. You're about to go into the Green Bay tundra. The last thing you should do is be off the Florida Keys or Key Largo. You should be going to like the Newfoundland or Antarctica. That way, when you get to Green Bay, it's balmy, and you're not dropping first downs in the red zone. You're not dropping touchdowns. So, and that leads me to the second point. He was not clutch. He was not clutch as a Giant. Sean Morash is more clutch than Odell Beckham.
Wow.
You know why?
Why is that?
You know why?
Why?
It's pretty simple. Okay, number one, the Josh Norman game. He was beefing with Norman the whole game, and he could have highlighted. He had the exclamation point with Eli Manning bomb for the game-winning touchdown, and he dropped it. That was garbage. And number two, back to Green Bay. He was dropping first downs in the red zone, and touchdowns. Where Sean Morash, if I remember, when he played with Evan in pickleball, he was down. Sean was down multiple match points, and he calmly came back and won it.
Oh, wow.
What a callback.
I mean, we've had some great callbacks today. Speaking of callbacks.
The legend of Sean Morash.
He is a legend.
It lives on.
I want to call back to the 2024 Jet season. Was that the year Davante Adams was with us, or was it 2025? No, it was 2024.
Four, yeah.
4, yeah.
In the 2024 season, obviously, the Jets acquired Davante Adams about 6-7 weeks into the season. 6-7.
Yeah.
See what you did?
Listen to this story Davante Adams told the other day concerning his uniform number that he wanted to wear and how much it was going to cost him. Take a listen. This is with the Bussin' with the Boys podcast, too. I want to give them the proper credit.
The kid, you know the story about the kid from the Jets, right? You ever hear about that? I told that story.
Which one?
That told me he wanted $1 million for it. I showed up when I first got to the Jets day one. I came in with my backpack, and I'm like, it was the off day Tuesday, so a couple guys were in there. I'm like looking for him. I got $17,000 cash in my backpack, and I'm thinking like this ain't nothing crazy, but like certainly to give up your number as a rookie, like you ain't did.
Yeah.
Like it was week 6, and I think he played 4 plays at that point. I'm like, you have no attachment to this right now.
Right.
I'll pay for your whole family to get new jerseys, whatever, because they go out and spend their money on it. However many jerseys you need me to buy, I'll do that. And how about $17,000 for the number 17? He said, it's great to have you, big bro. I can't wait to learn from you, but I'm gonna need $1 million. So I went straight to Woody and said, give me 17, bro. And he just took it off of me.
No way.
So he offers the $17,000 to Malachi Corley.
Malachi Corley.
Right? He says, I want $1 million. Devontae goes right to the owner, Woody Johnson, and says, give me the number.
Right.
And Woody just rips it off Malachi Corley's
I tried
chest.
to do this the hard way, the easy way. You're forcing me to do it the hard way.
What do you think of that as a former NFL player?
I mean,
everything about
Devontae's
that.
right. Because Malachi Corley hadn't done anything. And
Well, he actually did do something. He put a football down before he got in the end zone, and it turned into a turnover.
True.
Which is his lasting legacy as a Jet.
That's a good point. So you take the money, especially cash. Cash, $17,000 in cash is a big deal. That's like $30,000.
Yeah, but you're basically saying he has to say yes to an offer. Is that the way negotiations work?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. When it's a legend like that, yes.
Wow. So if
absolutely, because that number doesn't mean anything to him.
If you offered
what did it mean to Malachi Corley? Was he 17 in college?
Okay, but let me ask you, and I know you're not this kind of person. Neither am I. But let's just say you come to me and said, you know what, I've thought about this. Who the hell are you, Evan? I want my name first on the show. But you know what? Not going to take it. I'm going to give you $20,000. It's Tiki and Evan.
Yes.
And I'm like, nah, give me $1 million. And you're like, oh, you want to do it that way? And you go right to the architect and say, it's Tiki and Evan. And he's like, okay, fine. You're saying that the person has to say yes to the offer?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I'm no fan of Malachi Corley either, but geez.
If I was Mike Francesa and I did that, what would you say?
I mean, there would be no discussion. He wouldn't have even offered anything.
But if he did, because it's the same thing.
So you're saying the equivalent would be Francesa goes to like Sean Morash and says, here's the deal here. It's my show now. Okay, what are you going to do? But I'll give you $15,000. Sean has to say yes because it's Francesa.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't expect that answer.
I didn't either. I'll say this. At least Corley had balls, unlike the guy that caught the Lombard homer last night. Jeez.
The guy who caught the Lombard home run was great. He gave it to George Lombard Jr. and got like gifts back.
You got to ask for more in that spot.
What do you want him to ask for?
Really?
You do.
No,
he got a
man.
picture and a couple signed balls.
Yeah, just.
What should he have asked for?
I don't know what the number is.
$1 million like
Not
Malachi
$1 million.
Corley?
Malachi Corley.
It's either cash or I need season tickets next year so I could at least sell and make cash.
How's he giving season tickets?
What do you mean? The Yankees?
They're not doing it.
It's the Yankees. I went, okay, then I leave with the ball and I go
Yankees
sell it
wouldn't
somewhere.
give Juan Soto a suite. That's why he signed with the Mets.
By the way.
Well, you think they're giving some random guy who caught a baseball season tickets?
That's fine. Then I go home with the ball and I go sell it to Steiner or whoever and I find the ball.
I think in certain situations, I'd agree with you. Like if this was Judge's record-setting home run ball, I am 1,000% with you. This is a sentimental thing for a guy who maybe a star, may never be a star.
So I need a selfie and an autograph?
I don't think this is the spot to be a pig in.
I would have been a pig. I would have been a pig.
For a historic Judge home run, fine.
Okay.
Not for a kid who hit his first major league home run.
Not going to be a kid forever. That ball's got value if he takes off and he's everything he has to be. And that's nothing against him. It's actually rooting for him. It's actually me putting stock that I think you're going to be awesome.
The guy who caught the home run ball, whose last name is Roberts, by the way, is a hero because he kept it away from that guy whose profession is to catch home run balls.
Zach Campbell. That's the
I wasn't going to say his name, but you chose to do that.
No, I can because he's a pig that knocks over kids oftentimes for autographs.
Yeah, but
So it's
why
nice
give
and
him
easy to
the
win.
attention by saying his name?
It's all over social media. Everybody knows his name. Okay? But please.
The fact that he was in the right spot, though.
That part's amazing.
The guy's incredible.
Unbelievable.
He's a jackass, but he's incredible. What annoys me the most about that professional ball catcher is that he wears the MLB logo as his hat.
I know.
I don't know why that bothers me for some reason.
Also, the guy caught the ball with the hat list. I give him credit.
Yes. Yeah, and that reminds me of the controversy from Philadelphia, which was about a week ago, and I kept forgetting to bring this up to you. So there was a home run or a foul ball, I'm pretty sure it was a home run in Philadelphia, and a guy threw his hat up, and the ball landed in the hat, but then someone else caught the hat. Who gets the baseball? It was a huge debate in the city of Philadelphia. Who has the rights to the baseball?
I think it's the guy who caught the hat.
So not the guy's hat.
No.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, you can't just throw. It's like you can't just throw something at it and say that's mine. You have to possess it.
Possession is 2/3 of the law?
Yeah. No, and that guy who caught the hat has to have 2 feet down in bounds.
You're right. We'll get back to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. We've talked so highly about George Lombard Jr., but realistically, what should be the expectations for him the rest of the way? Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash.
Possession is actually 9/10 of the law.
Close.
From the makers of Surfside, something new is hitting the shelves this summer. Introducing Super Light, the new Vodka Plus 8 canned cocktail inspired by classic sports drink flavors. Super Light comes in 4 of them: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill, which is delicious. With only 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light delivers a refreshing taste that's perfect for summer. So whether you're hitting the green, shooting hoops with friends, or just soaking up the sun, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
All the New York Yankee fans that are upset about the team's supposed inactivity at the trade deadline need to realize this. The New York Yankees are the best team in the American League, at least on paper. And I'm expecting Aaron Judge to return this year. And if and when Judge does return, the offense is going to rake. The postseason top 3 in the rotation are ridiculous. David Bednar's a boss at the back end of the bullpen. The Yankees will go to the World Series. I'm Nick Costos.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done, fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size, fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Last week, Buffalo was trading at 8%, meaning a $100 trade would pay out $1,174 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code UPDATE to get up to $500 in bonus credits when you trade $25. Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only, must be present in state where it's legal to trade. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. Bonus credits do not expire. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino & Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody.
The night belongs to the fans. Join Tommy Lugauer for After Hours, weekdays at 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
A lot going on here on this busy Wednesday. If you've missed any of today's show, you can always rewind it on the free Odyssey app. We began the show 3 hours ago talking about George Lombard Jr., who had as great of a major league debut as you can have. He looked awesome defensively. hit a home run for his first major league hit in his first major league game. And more importantly, the Yankees won. They did it the way they normally win games, which is not scoring a lot of runs, but winning a low-scoring game. For the 8th time this season, they won a game in which they scored 2 runs or fewer, something they only had done 4 times last season. So they won with the 2026 Yankee formula, but it was all good with George Lombard Jr. There was no negative to say about him after his major league debut. But what I wonder is what realistically, in fairness to him, should be the expectations for the rest of this season moving forward?
Well, I think it's obviously top-end defense because that's really what he's up here for.
Sure.
And then be a consistent bat. I mean, he doesn't have to hit 20 home runs over the rest of the season, but he's just got to be on base. You got to give this team opportunities to score runs, which they just haven't done consistently in a month and a half or so. And so I think George Lombard is – I don't see him being pressured to be that, because that's the last thing you want for young players, to feel the pressure of being a savior, so to speak. But he was brought up for a reason. They thought he was ready. They know he is ready, and then he proved it in game 1. Now you got 40-something more left to go. So I have faith that's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, because as much as I get excited about some of these moments that we're seeing with the Yankees, I also stop and just take a deep breath and then look at the run line, and it's just like, dude, you're not going to keep getting lucky winning 1 or 2 run games.
It's tough to win games only scoring 2 runs. They've done it. They can do it, but it's difficult to do.
Right. Maybe it's their MO because of the pitching, as you've mentioned many times, but you don't feel comfortable.
Their offense, though, while not completely back, because obviously they're still missing Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton and Cody Bellinger, the additions of Luis Garcia, and you've already seen it, he hit the home run, which could have been the game-winning home run in his first game, and Elliot Ramos, it's going to make the lineup better.
No, you're right.
They're not going to score 2 runs every game.
That's what Sean was getting at in our first segment, is just put your best hitters at the top of the lineup.
That's it.
Right?
I think that's the biggest issue with the Yankees at this point forward, Tiki, is that leadoff hole and still putting Trent Grisham out there, I guess, out of loyalty. And I know I said the Lombard thing earlier, but I'm open to any and all suggestions. You can't be giving him the most at-bats on the team, which is why today's window seat is brought to you by Window Rama. Save up to 40% on new windows and doors. I'm putting Aaron Boone in the window seat. It's time to acknowledge that this lineup and its construction is not working. You have new pieces. Stop running out the same leadoff hitter and start coming up with new lineup configurations.
And your answer at leadoff would actually be George Lombard Jr. in his second major league game.
Yeah, and I understand that people immediately will yell about pressure and scream and yell. But to me, how big a pressure do you have in stepping into Yankee Stadium last night and fielding a ball like that and then hitting a home run like that? It doesn't mean he has to be there permanently. If he struggles and you feel it gets too much on him, I think George Lombard, it doesn't wreck him by pulling him back and hitting him 8th if this doesn't work out. But one thing that isn't working out right now is Trent Grisham continuing to hit leadoff. Give the kid a chance. See what happens. How much more pressure could it truly hit?
You know who should be the leadoff hitter for this team?
Who?
If we're being honest with ourselves on what makes the most sense, the leadoff hitter for this team should be Ben Rice.
Because you want him getting the most at-bats.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we go through this all the time, and it bothers you when I said Soto or I said Judge, but yeah, I want my best hitter leading off. I want to get that guy up as often as humanly possible.
And he's done it a handful of times back when Judge was still healthy.
Yeah. I agree with you about Grisham. That's not the argument. I guess it would more be when you have a flawed lineup and you don't have all the answers, especially with as undermanned as they are, what is the answer? With Lombard Jr., and this is where managing is managing. This is where it's not about stats, it's about feel. Do you feel it's too much to take a young player like this and immediately throw him into a position of pressure? I get he's already feeling pressure as the savior call-up, but it gets added a notch or two when you're saying you're batting first or second or third. You're batting in the first inning. Once you do that, you're putting a lot more pressure on the kid.
I also think, though, Evan, it doesn't hurt to see how he responds to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You put him in a position where of great import to this team that has struggled to score runs, and you see how he responds to it. And if he does, and he's great, then you know the answer.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I still scream and yell on the Rico about Francisco Alvarez, how whenever he hits cleanup, he sucks. But when they bat him 9th, he's a mesher. And the numbers back it up. He bats 9th, he puts up these great numbers. You bat him cleanup, he's hitting 0.85. Is there something to that, or is it just a coincidence? I don't know. Maybe some guys are affected.
It's a pressure thing, I think.
They may be affected by the pressures of where they hit. Let us go to Mike in Milford, Connecticut. Good afternoon, Mike.
Hi. I was at a game last night, guys.
Nice.
We've had season tickets for about 30 years, and we're on the right field wall. And I got to tell you, it was one of the funnest games I've ever been to at Yankee Stadium. People just were reacting like this is manna from heaven. It's the savior. They're just so tired of being frustrated with Volpe all these years. And people were they were so happy. It was just a fun game.
Well,
and I know it's ludicrous. I mean, and irrational to think that this is going to continue like this. But for that one moment, it was just great.
But
it was a wonderful time.
What makes me laugh about it, and I totally understand the excitement, when a young player who you've heard about for so long is called up, there's something magical in baseball about that prospect coming to the major leagues. But what makes me laugh is that you had 5 hits, you were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, and you won a low-scoring game. That's called the Yankees for the last 2 months. Like, the results and the game wasn't any different.
Maybe, I mean, it feels like it's something the Yankees are going to have to get used to until Judd and Stanton or even Cody Bellinger are back, because historically the Yankees have been mashers, right? They bludgeon you. Every year it feels like they lead the league in home runs, and it might not, and runs. It doesn't feel like that's going to be the case this year, but doesn't mean they can't win. It's just getting used to winning this way it's just hard.
I've heard this argument before. I think I heard Big Mac and Craig have it like 2 weeks ago. It was more about losing, so I'll reverse it this way. Would you rather watch a baseball team that wins games 10-8 or wins games 2-1? And same thing. When you lose, it's going to be 2-1 or 15-11.
Right.
My opinion is very different than many others. Give me what we saw last night. Give me the pitching. Give me the low-scoring game. I get the frustration. But guess what? You'd also be frustrated if your garbage pitching's giving up 15 runs.
Right. Well, I mean, that was the night before for the Yankees.
Yes. That's a great example, just going to the night before. Personally, as a baseball fan, I like this. Not everyone agrees with me. They may like the offense. But if the Yankees are going to win the same amount of games, it's just, do they win the games by scoring 6.5 runs a game and having a horrible ERA, or do they win the games like this? I would take this.
Your blood pressure is just higher.
I think your blood pressure is high with both, but I see your point.
Yeah.
Because of the back end nature of a game.
Yeah. Because you never know what's going to happen. All right, we got through the 7. Now let's see what happens for the next 3.
And you know what? For the Yankees,
or next 2, I should say.
For the Yankees in their history, going all the way back to even the 60s, they win by scoring runs. And so that's the other thing. This is not Yankee-like. Other franchises sometimes win with pitching. The Yankees haven't historically been like that. They have historically been the Bronx Bombers, a team that wins by scoring runs.
But when you do look at this roster and their rotation, it should be pitching.
It should be.
Because they have such a good starting rotation.
Let's go to Flavia in Queens. What's up, Flavia?
Hi. Thanks for taking my phone call. Appreciate you.
Oh, no problem.
So just to go back to that debate regarding Jeter 95, 96, and what's his rookie year. So I'm a big baseball card collector. So in the baseball card world, there's a difference between Major League Baseball debut and then your rookie season. So Jeter's 95 year is his Major League Baseball debut, and 96 is his rookie season. And then if I can quickly just jump in there really quickly, I was there at the game last night. It was amazing. Watching 96 on the back of his jersey was a little awkward, but I think Judge started a trend, I hope, with the 9 being the new set of numbers that we work with.
Right, the high nines. Right.
Yeah, the high. That would be great. And it would be awesome if he got 92 to follow Jeter's 2. And that's my phone call. Thanks for taking it. Appreciate you guys.
I like that. That's interesting. It's a great idea, but again, when Lombard was asked yesterday why he was wearing 96, he did not have some great answer other than they gave it to me.
Yeah, and he didn't respond by saying, "Oh, I love it."
Yeah, now maybe he does. Maybe the superstitious nature of baseball is that he hit a home run in his Major League debut. He'll want to keep it. But if I had to guess right now, that number's going to be gone. Frank in Union Beach. Hello, Frank.
Frank, what's up,
man? Hey, what's up, Evan and Tiki? How are you guys? Thanks for taking my call. Real quick, you guys just asked, what's the expectations for Lombard Jr., right? He hit the home run. He made the great plays. Oh, my God, are we going to put all this pressure on him? No. Just don't F it up. Just don't F it up. Right. Go out, make the plays. Don't make errors. Don't throw the ball over the first baseman's head. Don't strike out all the time. Just play, be athletic. The guy's got a pedigree. Just don't F it up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking for.
Be a quality baseball player.
What a bar. Don't be Volpe. Just play really good defense, and you can hit 220, and we'll be okay. I don't know if I buy that, though. I think if he's hitting 225, not that people are going to suggest sending him down or replacing him because you don't really have the internal options. He was the internal option. But I think the bar is a lot higher than that. Now, it shouldn't be 350. It shouldn't be tearing up the league. But I don't think the just don't F it up bar is most Yankee fans' feelings towards him.
Yeah.
I got to hand it to Brooks Raley. Brooks Raley's a good dude. Never knew that. Reliever for the Mets the last 3 years. He was traded to the Philadelphia Phillies. It happens. It's business.
Mm-hmm.
Here's his quote on his reaction to being traded to the Phillies. Playing against these guys a lot, pretty familiar with the lineup, and excited to join them, for a little while at least. That sounds like a guy who's 1 foot out the door.
That's interesting.
He's like, all right, I'll be there for a little bit, and then I'm going to get the hell out of here. You want to know why? Because like LeBron James, I don't want to live in this city. And unfortunately for Brooks Raley, he can't helicopter to the city of Philadelphia the way LeBron James is going to.
Right.
So, good job, Brooks.
I don't like LeBron James.
Good job, Brooks. That's a loyal Met right there. Let's go to Val in the Bronx. Hey, Val.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Evan Rico Roberts.
What's up?
Tiki, the living legend. And Mr. More Yankees Morak. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I want to switch it and just go back to something you guys were talking about earlier, but I need a minute with this one because it's a little bit convoluted. The stuff you guys were talking about with Juan Soto, I think every answer that has been given throughout the show today and every answer that's been given throughout the time that he's been there, as far as him and Lindor, are actually correct. I think it's a cumulative effect. Because if you think about it, initially, it's one thing to say to get over the fact that he's making more money than you. You know, and you can always kind of cover that up with, okay, he just came in. That's the new number. That's the new ticket. Everything rises. The players' union is happy with that because it means more money for everybody, potentially. Then you get into the whole thing with he could have been captain. It is your team. They took that away from him. Slowly but surely, and if you look at, while it may or may not be true, some of the moves that Stearns has made over the last couple of years could kind of be perceived as him trying to make the team more in line with Soto as far as trying to shape the team and build around Soto. After all of that and everything that Lindor has done since he's been a Met and the kind of way that he's carried that mantle, you can see where every time one of these things happens, it kind of chips away at every time he says, okay, you know what, fine, it's just the money. It chips away. Then you say, fine, you know what, they don't want to give me the captainship. Fine. It chips a little bit. Then it said, you know what, it's almost like Juan can do no wrong. Right. And every time something goes wrong with the Mets, people look at Lindor. And for somebody who's been there as long as he has and has done as much for the team, that kind of stuff can wear on you to the point where anything now can become an issue.
But don't you think a lot of the stuff you're referring to happened after the reported rift? Like the idea of Steve Cohen saying, I'm never going to name a captain, came after the Mets had a bad year and came after there was this thought, oh, they don't get along. Mm-hmm. So you can't put one ahead of the other when one thing happened first.
But I do think it's a cumulative thing, which is why Freddy Peralta felt compelled to broker or whatever you want to call it, a peace between those two guys. And I think ultimately it would have happened just naturally because you're on a team long enough with your teammate, you're eventually going to sort that out, especially if you start winning. I think the one thing that Val left out there is that this team hasn't been good for the last, whatever it is, this whole season and a little bit of last year as well. Once you're good, it cures so many ills. You just start feeling better about the team. You start feeling better about yourself, and then your relationships improve.
And the only time that Soto experienced that on the Mets was the first 3 months he was a Met,
and he struggled,
and he wasn't playing.
Right,
well.
he was like he was not himself. Yeah, we talked about it almost ad nauseum. Just the waggle, like he wasn't doing those things, and so it's a comfort thing. But I think ultimately with any sport, it's a winning thing.
Hey, winning cures all.
No doubt.
It's the way it is, man. Why is Justin Herbert facing major criticism today? We'll explain why, plus more of your baseball calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Contractors, when deadlines are tight, you need a supplier that moves like you do. Windorama keeps the Northeast's largest in-stock selection of Anderson windows, patio doors, and storm doors ready for same-day pickup or next-day delivery. Need custom assemblies? They build them in-house to keep your jobs on track. And with Rama Rewards for pros, earn up to 2% back, plus perks like free delivery. Windorama, it's your pro team. Visit Windorama.com to learn more.
With the fall sports right around the seat corner, now is the perfect time to make sure you're ready for the seasons ahead. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of Jag Physical Therapy, always reminds me that the best way to stay in the game is to prepare your body before the season starts. So whether you're an athlete gearing up for your competitions or you're already dealing with an injury, or how about a parent looking to keep your child healthy, the experienced team at JAG Physical Therapy will create a personalized treatment plan to help you improve strength, mobility, and movement to reduce the risk of injury. You can streamline your recovery as well with the experts at JAG Physical Therapy. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, helping you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Taking a look at the pro football futures market in the NFC South, Atlanta, the longest shot to win the division at plus 375. And I think all of these teams, Tampa, New Orleans, Carolina, Atlanta, are closely bunched together. And if Atlanta's free agent acquisition at quarterback starts all season, I think Atlanta can win this division at that price. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Whoever said fork in the road must have been hungry for the Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid. Their 3-row seating and 10-year 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. With a capable Sorrento and Sorrento Turbo Hybrid, every way forward is the right way. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Drive safely. See retailer for warranty details.
Think you know how the rest of the baseball season plays out? Put your predictions to work on Polymarket, the world's largest prediction market and official partner of Major League Baseball. Who's winning their division? Who takes home the Cy Young, the MVP? And who's still standing when the World Series begins in October? Trade against other fans, not the house. On Polymarket, every game, every series, every race to October creates new opportunities to trade. Download the Polymarket app and use promo code BLAZE to unlock $50 free on your first trade. That's promo code BLAZE. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast, it's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
This hour is brought to you by Chase Inc. credit cards. Earn on everyday business purchases with Chase Inc. credit cards. It's cash back built for every business. Compare options and see details at chase.com/inc.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This August, don't miss the Big 5 spin-off and your chance to win your share of $55,550. Be here on Friday, August 7th and 28th from 3 to 7 p.m. when one lucky winner will be drawn every hour to select 4 balls from the lottery drum to win up to $5,555 cash. Don't miss the Big 5 spin-off where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. We spend all year watching the pros make their big plays, but what about your own highlight reel? The Ford Summer Sales Event is on now, with great offers on their legendary truck lineup. You could be hitching jet skis to a Ranger and owning the lake, parking that city-friendly Maverick with supplies for a weekend project, or why not become the MVP of the campground with a Ford F-150 that not only tows a trailer, but powers the entire campsite with its Pro Power on board. Don't just have a great summer, make it one for the books. Check out the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now.
Don't waste time looking for the lowest price on Bridgestone tires, because when it comes to Bridgestone tires, nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. That's right, you get the guaranteed lowest price, plus the most free services for life on your new Bridgestone tires. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest discount tire dealer with over 125 locations. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Telling yourself it's just a short drive is all it takes. A DUI, a crash, even a fatal crash can happen anywhere. It's a risk, no matter the distance. Buzzed or high, get a ride. Never drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Your New York Yankees are chasing another championship. Talk Yankees baseball with the Fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Hold on, Chris. The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ.
Big Mac arguing with you again?
Of course.
Grok,
you got to trust AI.
Wednesdays, parking sucks.
He hates Wednesdays. Parking sucks.
It does.
So does his opinion of the 95 Yankees, which you forgot about. The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Mets once again facing the Guardians, 640, Christian Scott and Tanner Beebe. The Yankees will look for a series win over the Cardinals, 7-10. It's Will Warren facing Andre Palante. Do I have that right? Palante? How do you say his name, Evan? Bail me out here. You're not going to tell me?
Nothing.
You don't know how, do you?
I don't care.
Yeah,
Because I want to address this Justin Herbert situation. Because I'm very upset.
Then let me finish this Fan Focus. And it turns out Scranton Rail Riders manager and former Yankee legend Shelley Duncan's a bit of a pig himself. According to Gary Phillips, he tried to give George Lombard Sr. advance notice of his son's promotion on Monday, telling the dad of the Yankees' intentions before George Jr. found out. George Sr. didn't fully believe it until his son shared the news himself over FaceTime, and he had a big smile. Bottom line is this: he didn't even allow the kid to tell his father. He told the father first.
I think it was probably to arrange getting out of being in Seattle so he could be there. Palante, by the way, is how you pronounce it.
Palante, okay.
Anyhow, this is the second straight day here on Evan and Tiki. We will talk about Justin Herbert and his fiancée, Madison Beer, because there is a video that is right now out on social media. I will describe it for you, of Justin Herbert laying on the practice field with Madison Beer, and Madison is taking her hands and caressing Justin Herbert's beautiful blonde hair. And this is being perceived as, what is this guy doing? It's the middle of practice, and he's out there canoodling with his girlfriend.
Well, it's not the middle of practice. I think it's after practice, but that doesn't change anything.
Well, I also noticed in the video that you can see other family members and girlfriends and wives are also at this practice. So it looks like kids. So it looks like it's a family day thing that Coach Jim Harbaugh is orchestrating, but the attention is on Herbert and Madison Beer. And I think the commentary around Justin Herbert is disgusting. And quite frankly, I believe he should demand a trade to the New York Jets. You have an issue with this?
I don't have an issue, but I do have an opinion on it.
What's your opinion on the situation of Madison Beer and Justin Herbert essentially making out on the practice field?
This is essentially not excessive, because it's not like they were kissing and making out. And
she's caressing his hair.
Dry humping on the field.
That would be something.
But she's essentially sitting in his lap.
Yeah.
And like caressing his hair, like in front of him, like face to face. And it's a loving moment. But I'm like, you're on a football field, dude. You're still in your football uniform. What is this? What's going on here? And the first thing I thought about when I saw this picture was bet the under on the Chargers.
Oh, come on.
Feels like,
dude, you're as bad as everybody.
It feels like he's so distracted by this Madison Beer, which is getting all the social media attention right now, and their engagement and eventual marriage, that's what's most important to him right now, and not football. That was my takeaway.
That is ridiculous.
I mean, maybe it is, but we'll see.
Look, they may hit the under just because of other flaws, but you're telling me a video of him getting his hair caressed by Madison Beer?
This is all perception. This is all. It's not. I don't know the actualities of this or what it means or what it's going to be, but it's just weird.
No, but I think in fairness, it is being completely taken out of context, because I think that other players were with their families and with their girlfriends and with their wives, and I'm sure there's another example of caressing going on, but because of her high-profile nature and his high-profile nature, that was the video that was isolated, and that was the video that becomes a big deal. And I'll say it again. I think Justin Herbert is being treated terribly, and I think he needs to get the hell out of California. That's the only thing I can think of. He's got to find his way to force his way here.
California, where they boo your stars.
Yeah.
As Tariq Skubal was last night when he took the loss.
Well, he wasn't booed. He was in Chicago.
You know what I mean? But he was booed in Chicago. You know what I mean?
Well, that's because he's the opponent. You trying to make it out like Dodger fans are booing him? Anyhow, let me ask Sean's opinion.
Why don't you go and ask Sean Moran?
Don't worry, we will. Do you think that Justin Herbert is a distracted fool because Madison Beer is caressing his hair at the middle of practice?
I do.
Or after practice?
I do. I think he's in the honeymoon phase, and I think if we all make fun of right now Travis Kelce for being fat and happy, I think Justin Herbert's not fat. I think he's very happy, and I think there's at least a sliver of him where the focus is on her, but let's be honest, probably her situation upstairs.
What does that mean? Her situation upstairs?
Do you think Justin Herbert every day wakes up more intent on reading that playbook and focusing on the season, or the fact that he has a new hot wife that takes her top off the moment he walks through the door? Yeah. No, they got married, didn't they?
No, they're just engaged.
They're engaged.
I thought the wedding was a week before this camp started.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they're already married. I have
Or
no
was
idea.
that the engagement?
I don't remember.
I don't know. But
I'm not paying that much of attention.
Okay.
But you're saying that he's more intense on
Dude,
something.
she's rubbing his hair sitting down.
On his lap.
On his lap. You know what other wives are saying? Get back to work. She's not doing that.
Yeah,
and
go
wants
get the
him
kids
off.
who are running around in the middle of the field.
Let's be honest. And you could tell girl-boy interactions, she wants his focus on her. She feels like that type. And I think he's bowing down at that.
I want to remind you that Madison Beer...
Wouldn't you?
I plead the fifth.
I think I need to remind you of something. Your loyalty and our loyalty, specifically me and Sean, not as much Tiki, should be to Madison Beer. She's a Long Islander. Do we not have any loyalty anymore? Like, why are we attacking her? She's done nothing wrong.
I hate to say this. She's from Jericho.
What does
What
that mean?
You explain that to us.
When you get to Jericho, then you start talking about like that Port Washington. When you get to that northwest Nassau County corridor, it's basically a Queens hybrid. We don't claim you.
See, this is my problem. I grew up on the close area to Queens portion of Long Island.
But I think the South is a little different than the North.
Yeah, but I just look at it as we're Long Islanders. Like, I'm not differentiating.
It's like Adam Fox. Are you really? You're like a Queens guy.
So you reject Madison Beer being one of us?
Yeah, you're not really. Like, you don't have, like, the Montauk Ale warts. Like, I'm sorry.
Jeez. Madison Beer is my hope for forcing Justin Herbert to kind of want to play for the Jets. That's at least what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, Florham Park and Jericho, it only takes 3 hours to get between the two.
Didn't Craig start the rumor that they were going to move back to Long Island?
That's right.
Was that not true? What
it
was that?
It was a rumor. He was reporting a rumor.
Oh, so he didn't start the rumor. He was reporting the rumor that the Jets were going to move to Long Island?
He didn't start the rumor. It was always burning since the world's been turning.
It's been turning, all right. Let's go to our buddy Harvey in Dix Hills. What's shaking, Harvey?
How are you all?
All's good.
Pretty good. You know, I haven't said a good thing about Stearns in 2 years until now, okay? And they wanted to strengthen the talent level in the minor leagues, and I think they did. I don't know how it's going to turn out. But one thing that I wanted them to retain Weaver as their closer because probably one of the best parts of the team was their bullpen, and Clay Holmes, who I thought was a very good veteran presence in their starting lineup, but they traded him. But I can't complain because they got their two best prospects from those trades. From the Pirates, they got a shortstop with power, Sammy Statora, and from the Cubs, they got Jefferson Rojas with a lot of talent. Two of them may be their double play combination in the future, for all I know. I just hope it turns out. But interestingly enough, in the twin trade with Minter, they got Benny Agbayani's son.
I know.
Bruin. Right? I think that's great, really, honestly.
Well, it's great only
side of it, right.
It's only great because of the fact he's the son of Benny Agbayani. But
he's got to be good.
He's got to make the major leagues. Forget about being good. Like, is he ever going to make the major leagues? Just like Stafura. Like, Stafura's a great story, man. He's a diehard Met fan. He's got the receipts to prove it. That is awesome. Like, nobody's against that. But it means nothing if he doesn't make the major leagues. And here's my proof on all of this. Oh, but he's a Met fan, or oh, this is such a great story, or it's Benny Agbayani's son. Who is the team president of the New York Mets?
The man from Milwaukee.
David Stearns.
Who's from Manhattan, who grew up as a Met fan. Does any of us care about that right now?
Good point.
It means nothing.
No, but how well do you do your job? That's all that matters.
And it's the same thing with any young player that comes over. Can you be an impact player on any level at the major league level? It doesn't mean you have to be a star. Like, if one of these prospects turns into Tyrone Taylor, turns into a fourth outfielder, that's not bad. If one of the relievers you get turns into Huascar Brazaban, that is really good. So that's the hope when you acquire prospects, but none of us know. And maybe it turns out to be one of those jackpots 5 years from now. We're like, wow, could you believe all that David Stearns got? Or, and maybe this is the better chance, Teak, none of it pans out.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that that's not the case. But it feels, but in a lost season, isn't that the best way to go about it?
Yes, they did the right thing.
They did the right thing. And it's not garbage like he said, but it was getting rid of the guys who you don't see, other than Luke Weaver, as part of the future. And so if you are going to move those guys, you better get somebody some bodies who are going to be a part of the future.
Just remember this, and I think Brooks Raley made it very clear in the city of Philadelphia. He is renting in South Jersey. He is not buying. There's a really good chance Brooks Raley, for whatever reason, it may not even be the organization, loved pitching for the Mets. Maybe he loved the commute. Maybe he loved listening to the Rico. I have no idea. There's a chance Brooks Raley's just going to re-sign with the Mets at the end of the year, and you were able to at least walk away with two pieces for him. So, and then the other aspect of trades, keep this in mind. This is very, very important. Even if you don't take the pieces that you just acquired and trade them, it allows you to trade other pieces. Having your farm system be deeper, having Jefferson Rojas in your farm system maybe makes you more likely to trade another piece in your farm system for a player that can help you in 2027 or 2028.
Before we take a call, we do have a Giants cut. They've cut one of these wide receivers.
Really? Can I guess?
Yes.
Juju, because he's hurt and he's already banged up, so let's just get rid of him.
Tiki, you have a guess?
I'm going to say Ryan Miller.
No, they've cut Bo Collins.
Bo Collins, really?
Yeah.
Why make a cut this early to Bo Collins?
Well, they added a defensive back in DJ James and a defensive back in David Long, and they have ended Roy Robertson Harris this season instead of keeping him on the pup. But it was just to make roster moves, and also I just wanted to see Evan's head explode when he found out it was Bo Collins.
I don't really care. Like, why would I? My head explode.
Really? You stopped the show to tell us Bo Collins got cut?
It's middle of August. I don't mind that.
I mean,
Yeah,
he was a
it's
free
football.
agent.
He
He was a free agent.
And he's a name
ago.
everybody knew because he played significant snaps for the Giants
Right.
last year.
He's a Notre Dame guy.
Yep.
Looked good in the preseason last year. I know he played. Did he even record a catch last season?
I don't remember because he was famous for that Russell Wilson deep ball that everybody drooled over in that
Right.
preseason game last August.
Right.
He had to have caught a pass in the regular season. I felt like he was out there at the time.
I'm looking this up now. And by the way, you know how you spell Bo Collins, right?
B-E-A-U-X.
Exactly.
The French way.
Yes, he's got the French way. The Buicks Collins, except it's Bo Collins. 2 receptions last year for 25 yards. I'll tell you why. We always have this discussion off air, but we could have it on air, and I think the audience would agree. What I always say about football.
It's the lead.
You can never go wrong.
Can never go wrong. So that was my mindset, but I was prepared for your fight back, and that was what I was going to throw back at you.
Why would I? I was going to complain that you broke the glass for Bo Collins being cut.
With you, you never know.
I know. It's the Giants.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And it's a name. If you come on, our Giant, we know him.
I think what you got to ask yourself is, would you do the equivalent for the Jets?
Yes, I would.
Okay, then you did a great job. So I love you.
The Giants stink.
I broke the glass for Sadiq the other day.
What was that?
Broke the glass for Sadiq.
You did? Yeah, so I was analyzing Aaron Glenn's press conference the other day concerning Kenyon Sadiq, plus other things.
It's different with a first rounder and a college free agent.
Very different.
Thank you, Tiki.
The bar is a little bit different. I'm not concerned about his health as much as I'm concerned about the fact that the Jets have a deep tight end room.
They just added another one.
Yeah,
He's just a body.
They added, here's what I don't understand. So the Jets added a tight end from Marist, right? Never heard of the guy. I don't think anyone has unless you're the family members. But what I could not understand, and try to explain this to me, is that it was tweeted by Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter, biggest NFL reporter out there, millions of followers, tweets tight end Connor Holstein from Marist University has reached an agreement today with the New York Jets. There is no reason to tweet this unless there's some back massages going on. Like, why are you tweeting about Connor Holstein? Do you know his family? Do you know his agent? Did you go to Marist? Like, honestly, does Adam Schefter tweet on that level?
No.
Normally?
My guess,
Go.
If it's not an agent favor, remember, Adam Schefter's a Long Island guy himself. This guy went to Marist. There's got to be either a tie-in to the Marist coach who wants a little pub that his guy's getting signed, or a family member where he's taking care of
I
it.
think all of that fits the back massages that I am referring to.
Okay.
Whether it's family connection or agent connection. But that's how I got the news.
Yeah.
And I said it to Tiki. I was like, who is this guy?
Right.
And does he have any chance to make the team? The Jets have a good tight ends room right now.
They really do. Mason Taylor, who was drafted a year ago in the second round. Sadiq, obviously, this year. Hopefully, he's back at some point, but he's a first rounder.
How about the big kid from your school?
Jelani Woods. Who's been the favorite target for a lot of the quarterbacks in the early part of camp. He was a third rounder, albeit from Indy, and he got hurt, and he had a weird Indy career, but he's not a bad tight end. They got a deep room right now. There's 6 guys in that room. Obviously, Sadiq is hurt, but you're right, Evan. I think they signed him because of bodies. You get into the preseason games, you don't want all these guys playing every snap, and some of them are going to have to play special teams as well. So you just need bodies, and Sadiq isn't healthy right now.
When you first said the Giants cut a wide receiver, my first guess was going to be Ramses Barden, but then I decided not to go that route.
Okay, I mean, 10 years ago, Calder went to joke back.
Well, that was. I can't make a joke about 10 years ago.
Sure you can.
By the way, I think it's more than 10 years ago. I think Ramses Barden was like 15 years ago.
Him and Ruben Randall are the same guy to me, so I have to figure out which year is what.
Let's go to Ross in Bergen County. Hey, Ross.
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
All's good, Ross.
Couple things for me. I'll be quick. I know we're up against it. First off, Tiki and Sean might be onto something with the Madison beer. I mean, look at what Livy Dunn did to Paul Skeets' numbers.
I mean, maybe. He's having a bad year. You're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Number 2, Evan, I mean, the last time the Mets and Cubs made a trade where a major league hitter and pitcher went one way and a minor league hitter went the other way, worked out pretty good for the minor league hitter. And who knows about Jefferson Ross? Not saying he's PCA, but it did work out last time. And the last thing for me, guys, I got a long-term prediction, Evan. I think in the next couple of years, we'll see a news break. Tarek Skubal's guilty of using performance-enhancing drugs.
Well, that's a weird one to end with. I didn't see that coming from you, Ross, because that's, I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I want to scratch that from the record.
I wonder what would be an indication of that.
You know what? Here's what I'll say. While Ross does not speak for WFAN or Evan and Tiki, Sean, can you do me a favor and save that audio?
Okay.
Because what if it happens?
Because I've never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has thought about it.
What if that happens?
I mean, Ross is going to have to take a bow. We're going to have to ask, who did Ross know?
Oh, we're going to interrogate the crap out of him.
I opened up the floodgates with Bo Collins. There's more NFL wide receiver news.
Like real ones or just little bitsies?
Like real ones. It appears Stephon Diggs is about to have a home.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, I want to guess.
All right, guess. This is from Jordan Schultz, by the way.
He is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Carolina Panthers.
Carolina Panthers, good guess.
All right, I'm just going to read the Jordan Schultz tweet. The Commanders and two-time All-Pro Stephon Diggs have had deep discussions. There's mutual interest in doing a deal. Expectation around the league is Diggs ends up in Washington.
I was going to predict them, and I chickened out, and I didn't do it. Damn it. How about that?
My Washington Commanders.
What do you think of that?
I'm trying to think if they need him.
Did you see the note that Al Cintron left us, coincidentally? He left us a note. It says, oh, crap, I lost it already.
I mean, they have a deep receiving room right now. It's 12. They got 12 receivers as well.
But outside of McLaurin, nobody really stands out.
Luke McCaffrey is pretty good.
He's making it over at 9 of those guys, though, talent-wise.
Oh, right. Treylon Burks. They drafted Antonio Williams.
Treylon Burks.
Yeah, remember
Talk
him?
about a failed prospect.
Yeah, exactly. But he's slotted to be starter right now. But Clemson, the kid from Clemson, he was a second-round pick or a third-round pick this year. Antonio Williams. He's a good player. So, De'Ami Brown from North Carolina a couple years ago. I mean, they have some players, just no one that's jumping off the page at you.
I found the note from Al Cintron. He writes, Evan and Tiki, Commanders over 7.5, Giants under 7.5. So I guess he wants to make a bet with us.
That's the line?
Is
that their line? Is that the official line?
I think those are the numbers, because I do think Washington and the Giants are very similar. They're in that 7.5 range.
Yeah, I think so.
Which makes a lot of sense. So he's being a fanboy. Congratulations, Al. You root for your team and you say positive things. You don't like the Giants, you say negative things. Basically, you're 98% of fans at this point.
Right. The Commanders just signed Chiga Okonkwo too, right?
Yes, they did.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you're desperate for talent, your team's that deprived, you got to keep doing these things in August.
No, and they are. They don't have a ton of offensive talent right now.
I think you're desperate when you sign Stephon Diggs. He's not a good guy. And I guess it's up for each team to decide what their bar is when it comes to that. Everybody's obviously very different. But they were the team that said, you know what? Screw it. We don't really care. Bring them in.
You already know.
Let's go to Jody in Warren, New Jersey. Hey, Jody.
Hey, guys, just quickly, I know we're coming to the end here. As a Mets fan, I was more interested in Nate Lavender yesterday than the man from the Yankees, Lombard. So, I just wanted to point out that Randy Johnson did not get his career going till age 27. So, let's not just poo-poo it just because it's the Mets.
No.
Have a great day, guys.
But you can't do Randy Johnson as a comparison. Like, Nate Lavender, and this is what I guess is interesting for the Met fan, I know it is for me, I can't speak for everybody, is that the Mets are basically running open competitions for their bullpen next year. That's what they're doing right now. And Nate Lavender was once a prospect. He had Tommy John surgery. He's now in the major leagues. It's your chance. Go prove yourself. But I think you always lose an argument when you go to the levels of, Randy Johnson.
Got to find that one.
Like, why don't you just tell me about some other random lefty reliever who resurrected their career? And we'd be like, okay, I'll go with that.
But you do the same thing.
With whom?
You did well, Kyle Schwarber came back in 2016 right into the World Series.
Yeah, but that was a comparison to Aaron Judge. You think it's crazy for me to ever utter the name Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarber in the same sentence?
For that? No. Because it's so out of left field.
No, but okay, so the point yesterday, so anyone who says what is the comp Sean is referring to, is that Kyle Schwarber missed an entire season and came back in the World Series in 2016 and played very well. So Sean said, well, when has that ever happened? My answer to you is, you're right, it doesn't happen, but it's not like we've seen a lot of other guys try and then fail.
Right.
He's like the one example any of us can come up with.
It's not a big sample size.
Yeah, I think he's the sample size. Like, honestly, I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head.
So you're right. My only pushback being this would involve work, which, of course, I hate doing, is I wonder if we don't remember because they were all colossal failures, like in the postseason.
Yeah, but I also think if a team is good enough to get to the World Series without that guy, do you really need him to play?
And it's not only that, because that's a great point. Who is the guy that's good enough where you're willing to take that shot with?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of those guys. Not a lot of those star players who miss a significant amount of time in the regular season and in the postseason and then come back, and it's just a no-brainer that you insert them.
Yes.
They're just not good enough.
So it's a rarity for that reason, for both of those reasons. But I think that is on the table with Judge. Maybe not the World Series, but the playoffs. Like, I don't think it's crazy, and that was my prediction months ago when we made these initial when does Judge come back predictions. I was like, his first game of the postseason.
Did you like Nate Lavender's number?
I don't even remember what number he wore.
94.
How do you remember that?
I'm just looking at it.
Oh.
I'm just looking at the picture of him.
Like, I scored the game and I don't remember it. I literally wrote the thing down and I don't remember it.
Here's what Nate Lavender has going for him. That last name, too. It's different. It's unique. It's fun. It's a color. It's a smell.
Yeah.
And I think if his name was...
It's pleasant.
I think if his name was Brandon Beck, he'd probably be shuttled it back more. I think he'll become a fan favorite because the number's great. You can't say Lavender stinks. It's beautiful.
People are like, oh, I like Lavender. Hey, honey, did you see this kid last night? He was great. Pitched an inning in the third and no hits.
Yeah.
Nate Lavender. Oh, I like his name,
His
honey.
picture is going to be all over Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's exactly right.
Or whatever it is, Bath and Body Works.
Both.
Oh, you got both of them.
Oh, all right. I just look at wherever my wife spends all the money.
My favorite line of now the week from you is, you can't say Nate Lavender stinks.
You can't. You can't.
It's such a subtle but funny line. Let's go to John in Bayonne. Hey, John.
What up, John?
Hey, guys. The biggest trade the Yankees should have made, but they didn't, was Don Mattingly and their hitting coach to the Yankees for Baboon and our hitting coach, because Mattingly would fit in good the Yankees. He did go to the World Series with Toronto last year.
Well, hold on. What trade is he for?
Who's
Baboon?
He's talking trading coaches right now.
Oh, wait. Is Baboon Aaron Boone?
Yes.
Shut up, Tubby.
Wow.
That's some weird stuff.
I think his back hurts from that reach.
Subtle shot.
They would be great fits.
Not so subtle shot, I mean.
Aaron Boone is a Philly sports fan, so he'd be happy down there. And Don Mattingly, is a Yankee legend. All right, well, we'll finish on that note. If you don't like that's the note we finished on, just rewind on the Odyssey app, and you can finish on whatever note you want. All I know is we're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. The Carton Show with Big Mac and Craig is coming up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Metal Supermarket.